I've been wanting to fight a homunculi of like 20 ghosts.
Oh, hi.
Thank you, everybody. It wouldn't, well, I guess it's Wednesday, and I'm going to do my best to kickstart my brain into working the way it's supposed to for the next 2 or 3 minutes. I am Jim Davis of WebDM. This is the WebDM Twitch channel, and we are here for the finale of Corvids Kiss. That's right. Yes. Did I get that wrong? Somebody give me a Thank you for the thumbs up, intern Monkey Matt. I appreciate it. I'm coming off of a WebDM shoot, and that always means I revert to toddlerhood, which is fine for my son, but terrible for the audience. So I apparently got messed up last week, along with Magpie and some others, and I'm going to try to do my best to heal and exact bloody revenge on these imaginary enemies that did something to me when I wasn't here. Jordan, how are you doing this week?
I'm doing pretty good. Shrike is excited that we have finally birthed our good Skelly Boy son into the world. A very more bloody birth than I think any of us thought a skeleton would have. But it definitely went well, and we got to jump off a tower, which is always fun. And he's looking forward to the fact that we seem to be finally getting ourselves a place where we might have like a wizard lab.
Well, Magpie also had fun, except for that very, very last end bit. In one news, he has a big hole in his heart. The other news, it's at least he got a new harpoon out of the deal. A little update to his character, though. He learned in a very harsh, real way that words can't always smooth things over, and he's kind of found a bit more viciousness inside him. As he lies bleeding on the hospital bed, he'll be reaching out to Jackdaw. It's like, Jackdaw, I'm going to need one of your arms.
No. Sorry. Hi. I'm gonna miss wearing these every week. This is the last time I get to wear my goggles. I'm so sad. But Jackdaw's fine-ish. Jackdaw leveled up finally, so now she can secrete poison gas out of her arm, which is exciting. So you don't get the arm, Magpie. It's mine, and it's special. It does cool things with hallucinogenic gas now, and no one else gets to touch it. It's mine. Anyways, how's Corbin doing?
The Mistress Mind Corbin is doing fantastic. Her main enemy rival is dead. Hers are gone, and her enemies are fighting against each other. So she is perfectly happy with this. This is the best time for her.
I love how one of the props is goggles, my prop is my hat, and your prop is a giant glass of sangria as the Mistress Mind. I love it. So I am Sharang. I play everyone else in Duskwall and beyond, and it is our season finale. So things will probably get wild unless the players decide to just, twiddle their thumbs a bit. But previously on Corvids Kiss by Lamplight, the thug's head is cleanly torn off of his neck. His body crumples, revealing 3 men behind him in rough brown robes, their eyes blank and staring, their skin pale and dead. Salia's voice in the background, the Church of the Ecstasy of the Flesh. A small contraption filled with a thick, dark liquid arcs through the air in slow motion. A jolt of lightning hits it and it explodes. A furor of ink-black water floods out, hitting Lissa, leader of the crows, hurling her out of the window of the tallest tower in the district and into the burning, chaotic streets of Crow's Hollow. A slab of black stone is sitting on crumpled red wrappings. Writing, clearly in Old Hadrathi, crawls all over it, throbbing with power. A letter on a desk in an underground fighting ring. The penmanship flows elegantly. I would like to acquaint myself with your esteemed colleague Candlebell. Lady Rosalind of the Dimmer Sisters has done me a grave disservice, and I would wish to rectify the situation. Your humble servant, Muhammad Anixis. So, that is what happened last week. Before we jump into what happened this week, I just got a text from the president of the Indie Game Developer Network saying that my game won the most innovative award at the IGA.
Yeah! Playing
so
with award-winning Sharon.
There we go.
That is also the second time in a row that I have won this award. So that's really cool, and I'm really excited, but I shouldn't be. I should be mean in this episode, so I'm gonna change emotions and go back into our episode and gush about this in the end when we get to gush about ourselves. Sorry, I'm kind of excited.
Valid? 100% valid?
Let's give the award-winning GM Sharang some time to.
Yeah.
I wish I'd won an award for GMing. Okay, I am very happy right now. So you have decided. So information that you gathered that we played off scene. This is what happened so far. The stone slab that you found, you learned, was stolen from House Anixis. The Dimmer Sisters acquired it, tried to sell it, but you stole it from them and framed the crows. The House Anixis is like, wait, you don't steal from us. We're a big, rich, powerful family. They hired a master assassin, Candlebell, to kill the Dimmer Sisters. They succeeded in killing one of the Dimmer Sisters so far. The crows, well, the Church of the Ecstasy of the Flesh, who also wanted that stone slab, because of all the framing you did, assaulted the keep of the crows, and with your help, though they don't know you're helping, destroyed the crows. But now they're after the slab still. House Anixis is after the slab still. The Red Sashes have the slab and don't really know what is going on with this slab, why everyone wants. They don't even know that everyone wants it. They're just like, why is everyone attacking everyone else? So you guys have decided that you want to find a way to protect yourself from whatever mayhem is going to happen with the slab, because mayhem is about to happen with two of them powerfully occult factions vying for this stone. Okay. So depending on what you do, by the way, each of you will get an epilogue, but depending on what you do, I will epilogue the city based on all this stuff. Okay.
Epilogues.
So it has been 3 days since your assault of the Crow's Tower. The streets of Crowsfoot are kind of in disarray. There's kind of chaos. There's weird occult fighting happening everywhere. People are scared. Luckily, your hideout in the corner, you've managed to stave off most of the problems, except a little bit of unquiet dead, which we'll get into if one of you wants to deal with it. If not, it will deal with you in the in this session. So let's go one. You each have 2 downtime actions. We'll do 1 each and then go round again. Let's start with Strike.
I will, 1, be getting rid of my stress.
Okay, so you have, who is your advice dealer?
It is Arana the Blessed, Barge Night Market,
Right.
who sometimes makes me kill ghosts for her. but my vice is going and looking at her weird wares and delving into her tomes that she sells and stuff.
Awesome. So make me a roll with your weakest quality.
A roll with my weakest quality?
Right. Remember, your qualities are insight, prowess, and resolve.
Okay. So roll with my weakest one?
Yeah, and remember the score is the leftmost column of insight, prowess, and resolve.
So, you know how I've been rolling super good this whole campaign?
Shrike, I swear to
Oh
God.
no! What did you?
We're all gonna die.
1-1.
Okay.
Ooh.
Wow. Okay. Well, it isn't that bad. It just means you clear one stress. Okay. So I'm gonna say you go to her and there's so much chaos in the streets. Like the trade of a cult has been sort of disrupted. Dimmer sisters are low. All this stuff is going on. So she doesn't have that much. Describe a kind of boring trinket that you see.
So I found this book. It's like a little pamphlet, and it's like the when I picked it up, I felt this tingle in my blood because I could tell that the cover had been printed in Leviathan blood, and it was rubbing off my hand. So I immediately just bought it. But then when I got outside, I opened it up and I found that someone had just taken the dust jacket off of like a cool spell book and put it onto a book of like rude limericks, and it's not at all. So it has like a dust jacket of a book of rude limericks. I didn't take time to look inside of it. I just bought it based on the cover.
Lol. Also, sorry, I just got a million texts saying congratulations.
For
okay,
what?
so you are slightly unstressed because some of the limericks are amusing, but not enough to like heal you much.
Yeah.
Okay, Magpie.
Yes, there's a large hole in my heart, specifically in my chest.
So I'm gonna say this is an incredibly serious wound. It's also like electrified, right? So
Yes.
not only is Sawbones gonna have to help you, Jackdaw is gonna have to help you and kind of Iron Man you, like
That's a
install
terrible idea. Let's do it.
Yeah.
something.
I think
But
Shrike goes over to Jackdaw and has like this weird creature heart. He's like, "Oh, is it?"
Yeah, sure. Well,
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait,
It's a
I grabbed
demon
Jackdaw's
ghost.
arm. It's like, wait, if I die, you'll bury me with your arm, right?
no, I just upgraded this. No, you don't get it. It's
Okay.
mine.
Jackdaw, do you want to tinker or do you want Sawbones to tinker?
I will tinker. I have
Okay.
pretty okay tinker.
But
Finally.
I'm gonna say because this is semi-organic and you don't have the physical ability, you're gonna roll one less die of your tinker.
Okay. I'll just do 2d6 then. Come on, roll 20. Like me. I got 2 4s.
Okay, so you would heal 2 segments of your healing clock.
Okay, that means my healing clock because of my healing last time, because I'm full of injuries, is now full. So I move everything down one.
Everything down 1. If anything was level 1, they vanish.
Okay, so I am no longer burnt. My discolorated shoulder is now on the 1 slot, and I guess I'm only semi-impaled.
So you have a bruised shoulder, and you have a instead of impaled, you just have a chest hole.
A chest hole.
Oh
If
man.
it's a clockwork
You-
heart, it's
You
fine.
just have, like a rod sticking out or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you literally have like clockworky stuff there. Like you are now semi-cyborg, kind of like Jackdaw.
Ooh. Is this supposed to tick like that?
Yeah, it doesn't beat, it ticks.
Yeah, sure. Totally. Yeah. It's supposed to do that.
I'm going to be so popular with the gentlemen.
Okay. Then let's go to Raven.
All right, so I'd like to recover as well.
Okay.
I've got a
So
level 2.
for you, it's gonna be Sawbones who makes the roll, and his quality is 1.
Well,
So
on Sawbones.
he rolled a 3. You heal 1 segment of your healing clock.
All right. And is there any way that I can use a coin to?
So you have 2 downtime. So when it comes back around to you, you can do it again.
Nice.
Okay. Who's left? Corbin.
Yep. So joining like Sawbones, I am also going to get treated.
So
for my
literally
little-
the entire gang is in Sawbones'
It was a
bed,
rough time.
and he's like wearing his apron, his hands. He like comes. So you are, I would say, immediately after the heist, right? Because it has to be soon. You
Mhm.
like shamble into his shed. He's like rummaging around in the back. He comes up and he like drops whatever he's carrying because like one of you has a harpoon sticking out of him. One of you is covered. Oh, Raven, if you didn't know, your torso was incised with knives. You are like scratched with insults. Like all over you are like rude words. Okay.
All right.
So you're there. Like the rest of you are like, you don't look like you're in good shape. And he's like, what just happened?
No, nothing.
Okay, so Corbin, he makes his roll for you as well.
Yep.
Corpsey is 1.
She's much less of a intense like work he needs. You need to basically give some pain medication, some like burn ointment, basically.
So you heal 2 segments of your clock.
All right, she is perfectly fine now.
Perfect.
Thanks.
And then Jackdaw, we do yours.
I have a concussion, so I also need to heal.
So I'm gonna say he tries to heal you before the concussed Jackdaw tries to do a delicate operation on Magpie.
Yeah, let's
I
just.
think the whole time that like he's asking for like a forceps strike is trying to hand him like really weird arcane things. Be like, no, this isn't it. This is better.
Scalpel, wrench.
Okay, and you got a 3 segments.
Oh, hey, okay, almost there.
And it carries over if you fill your healing clock, okay?
Okay, I had a quick question. So I overfilled my healing clock last time.
Yeah.
Do those continue over?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Then I'm all healed up then.
Nice. Good job.
So
So that makes sense. You were healed up enough to help Magpie.
Yes, my
Okay,
arm is no longer
second-
sparking unintentionally.
Oh, I want her to operate with her arm, not with her head. That means she cares more.
Second
care what
death
woman's
action. Remember, there is Restless Dead to deal with, and there is a tower you want to take, but you might want to use Corbin's bonus as well. Okay, start with Strike again.
So some people are healed up so they could use their thing to take the tower, right? Okay, so I'm gonna try to get rid of some more stress.
Okay, so I'm gonna say because your Vizsla didn't have much for you, because it's only 3 days. Let's say you go to the scavenger that Jackdaw has connected.
Mhm.
Let's say you go to the scavenger. Okay,
Okay.
so make a roll with your lowest quality.
Oh yeah. The opposite.
Heal 6 stress. So the scavenger, she says she doesn't have a thing for you, but she took rubbings of this ruin that she found, and she hands you the rubbings and these strange symbols. As soon as you see them, you feel like a involuntary shiver run down your spine.
I'm looking at them and they're written in old Taikarosi around the edges.
Yeah.
And as I'm touching the sides, the ruin didn't change, but the writing around the sides, kind of wiggles and it goes into my hands and disappears. And now I have those ruins on the insides of my hands.
Ooh, more hand tattoos. All of you should get hand tattoos. Okay, Magpie.
So we only one of us needs to expend an action to take the tower.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can I?
And same thing. One of you needs to expend an action to stop the Restless Dead.
Okay. I will expend my action to take the tower. Can I tell you how Can I tell you how I do it?
Mm-hmm. And you don't need to roll.
Awesome. Then that's great. Then there's no risk.
Flavor.
So, Magpie, with his newfound viciousness, it's just a scene of him whispering to different people and starting rumors, mongering, essentially that there is a bounty being offered by the Bluecoats or some other kind of lawful kind of segmentary for every head of the remaining crows, which is clearing out the area. And it's just a scene of Magpie whistling along as he's just striding through a street of beating up rogue guild gang members and just dragging them into alleys with them trying to claw and not to escape. And he's just whistling along. He opens the door and he shuts it behind him.
Yeah, I can imagine like the camera panning down a long street. You're just like, doo-doo-doo, and there's like a cheerful song going on, while behind you in the background, there's scenes of like crows being attacked and viciously.
At the very end, you do like the usual suspects thing where you come out of your limp, you take off your.
I close the door, then it slightly reopens, and an arm appears and hangs a "Home Sweet Home" sign on the front door.
Yes. Okay. The only thing, of course, is that the top room windows are broken and there is no banister. Okay. And there's obviously a fair bit of damage because there was a war going on.
Oh, that's good. Then we can install the lightning rod for Jackdaw and Shrike's experiments here.
Nice. Okay. That was Magpie. Raven.
Broom right away.
Yeah, if I can spend a coin, I will attempt another recovery.
You do not need to. You can just do it. It's your second quantum action.
Yeah.
So you're going to heal again. I'm going to roll for your physicker.
Come on, Sawbones.
Oh, that was a 5. So you would heal 2 segments.
All right.
Okay. Now, if you want to spend a coin, you can do so.
I would, because I got 1 segment left, and I don't want that level 2 there. So yeah, I'll spend the coin.
Okay. And you rolled a 1. 1 segment is healed.
That's all I
So
need.
he is trying to like sew up all your like horrible torture wounds and stuff. You've also been drugged and all kinds of. He flushes you. He gives you a lot of diuretics. You're very poopy for like the next 2-3 days. But it flushed out. However, the scars on your body are scars now. Like you have like rude words and stuff carved onto your flesh.
And then, so the last thing that Raven remembers was biting down on his false tooth with the rage essence, and then blacking out in a rage fighting the mermaid vampire thing. And so, like, he had a fractured collarbone at that point. I guess that's down to a level 1. And
so that's a bruised collarbone.
Bruised collarbone, and he is now dangerously unstable as his trauma, with mood swings from he used to wield violence, and it was he was its master, and
Oh no! Okay.
So that's where we're at with Raven.
So 3 of you have trauma. It's wonderful. Okay. Then okay. So that was Raven. Corbin.
Oh, so Corbin's just gonna go up to Raven and just say, my purveyor, Dream Smoke thought it was a little bit our heat was a little bit too hot at this point. So I know you have a delightful little hookup in the docks. Do you mind introducing me?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Excellent.
We should visit before striking back. I think it would do us all good to clear our heads.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
Who is the contact? Raven, can you tell us?
Jewel and where's the other? Jewel and something. Where are they? I forget the other person. There's like 3 of them. Jewel, something, and the other.
Yeah, they should be in your character sheet.
Oh yeah, they are. Thank you.
Is any of them a drug dealer?
Jewel, Bird, Slain, and they're in the Cat Crawl Alley. They are Pleasure, Stupor. So
Perfect.
I would assume that they have something. Yeah.
Perfect. So I'm going to say Corbin, because you are a new customer, you're going to have to spend a coin.
Oh, that's fine.
And if you do that, you are now their customer forever, and you won't
Excellent.
have to.
Also, before I'm taking Raven with me, and just anything else you want on the house. Come on.
Oh, if it's on the house, then some of this and that, and the dream dust, and
Yes.
a bottle of this. We will go across the street. There's some great place, men, women, whatever, whoever we want. They're all there. Come on.
Yes.
This is the week we die.
Yes.
It's also the week that we really learn to live. And so he would have a great time.
Yes. What better opportunity to celebrate than vanquishing our rivals?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, Twitter just went insane saying I won. Nice.
They should come watch your game right now.
Award-winning game designer GMing a game. To be fair, narcissistic. I've been an award-winning game designer for a while, but anyway, for the last 2 years, in fact. But anyway, yes. Sorry. Indulge your vice, Corbin.
All right.
So Jewel meets you. Jewel is called Jewel because her hair is platinum blonde and like really nice. And she opens up and hands you a pouch full of powder. Roll your lowest quality.
All right. I get to since Raven joined me, he gives me extra bonus dice, I believe, with that.
Not in this kind of roll.
Okay.
That only happens in the action rolls.
Yeah, I think that's something that happens. I think in downtime, if someone indulges with you, I think.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Let's go for it. I don't remember that rule. Go for it.
Excellent. 6 and a 1.
Okay, so clear 6 stress.
I am clear.
Did you overdose?
No, I had exactly 6. So
great. And Jackdaw.
So I just gave during the 3 days, I gave my arm a little upgrade, in terms of its capacity to do things, and I think Torx and I are going to go hunt down the unquiet dead.
Ooh, okay. So mini scene. I'm gonna say the ghost of Lisa is haunting you. Okay, so I'm gonna say, as the two of you, where would you two be? Give me a routine place the two of you are going.
Routine place. It would be either, I'd say, around our workshop, or maybe like in an empty building, like on the roof of an empty building adjacent to the workshop, where I'm testing out my my new abilities.
Yes. Okay. So and because Skelly is immune to that, he is a Skelly. He makes a perfect like helper. So you're practicing, and suddenly your arm starts to glitch, but isn't this glitching? It's like acting on its own accord. It tries to turn and tries to like throttle you.
Oh gosh.
Okay. So you're gonna have to make me a roll to try and fix this.
Oh boy. What do I roll?
What do you think? What are you trying to do? So you know something is trying to possess your arm, and out of character, it is the ghost of Lisa. You may not know that because Shrike is not with you.
Okay. I'm just gonna hastily grab some of the tools from my belt and just try and like twist some of the screws and like rework some of the gears and try and rearrange things to disrupt the possession. So that would be Tinker.
Great. This is a desperate roll.
Oh heck.
This is going to count as an action roll. So you can mark XP.
Okay.
Make me a desperate roll.
Desperate. Submit. Effects.
Effect is going to be limited.
Cool. This is fine.
5?
No, I said this is fine. I haven't rolled yet. 2, 3, 2, 1. Oops.
Okay. I'm going to give you a harm at level 3. It is possessed.
Oh, fun.
So that will come into play in this session. And I'm going to make a note, possess.
Oh, what if it's one of those things where like the arm is like trying to tell us something or something like that?
Lol. Well, none of you know that she is possessed. So she's possessed. Great. But that deals with the unquiet dead threat. Now the only threat, as in like the unquiet dead won't assault you again. The fact that you are possessed may come back to haunt you. Haha, haunt you. I'm so funny. It's because I'm award-winning.
Award-winning Sharong.
Be having ghost mine.
Okay, and we have one bonus downtime left. Corbin, that's your Mistress Mind downtime activity. What is going to be done with it?
So what else do we have to do with this?
You can use it after you gather information about the heist if you want.
Do we have the tower? We have all that stuff.
Yeah, you
the
have
tower.
the tower now.
You want to just why don't we just see what the
Jackdaw
heist-
took care of the ghost.
Yeah.
Right, Jackdaw?
Yeah.
Everyone's good up for healing and being then I'll save that until like the information gathering then.
Oh, one more thing I forgot. Did any of you raise your hand if you have a trauma? Okay, if you had a trauma and you didn't indulge your vice, you will take 1 stress. Stress equal to how many traumas you have. Okay?
So does Raven accompanying Corbin, like I accompanied
Yeah, so you did not indulge your vice.
I didn't spend an action on it. Okay, that's fine. I've only got 1 trauma and no stress currently. So
yeah, now you have 1 stress. Perfect.
That's right. Just a little damage,
Okay. Also, it's the final session. So if you stress out fully or you die or you take full harm, you may die. If you stress out fully and you consent, I may say terrible things happen to you. Okay. We'll see. Okay.
Question, Shrang?
What was that?
Quick question for Shrike. They have ghost mind, so does that mean they can sense that there's a ghost possessing my arm, or is it different?
Can you read out ghost mind for me, Jordan?
You're always aware of supernatural entities in your presence. Take 1d when you're gathering info or knowing about supernatural.
Okay, so I'm gonna say you're gonna sense this when as soon as the heist starts.
Okay.
Okay? Because I'm gonna say Jackdaw just got possessed.
Okay.
You were off getting, what is it, indulging your vice, and then so when you come back, Jackdaw's pretending everything's fine, nothing happened, it's fine. It's fine.
I was also just really kid's first day of school that Torx went out on his own to do something. So I was puttering around the laboratory trying to keep myself distracted, not worry about Torx out there all by himself.
Yeah. So also remind me in the session, sometimes just say, hey, by the way, I have ghost mind. You have permanent detect undead.
Yeah, basically.
Permanent detect undead. Okay. So let's do a little bit of information gathering before the heist. Who wants to do some gathering?
I'll do it.
Great. What are you doing? So remember, your aim is you need to find a way to protect yourself from demon, from House Onyxis, from the...
Definitely, after Magpie does, Shrike should definitely talk to Satara.
Okay, so Magpie, who are you talking to?
Oh, well, I was just volunteering if no one else wanted to, but yeah, Shrike, this is totally Shrike's and Jackdaw's bailiwick.
Yeah, especially with what just happened, protecting from the supernatural is probably on my mind. So I'm gonna help someone.
Shrike, do you want to take lead on this?
Jackdaw are going to talk to whom?
Satara.
Okay, so you're gonna summon a demon.
Yeah.
Now, Satara is active in the city very secretly. Mm-hmm. You don't have to do a whole summon thing. You probably have to do what you do for humans, drop a dead letter or something, right? So I'm gonna say Satara is a demon of. You like lightning, right? So
no.
He is a demon.
Okay, sure.
So he is a demon of water.
Okay.
And so Satara, so all demons have a dark desire. Satara's dark desire is to corrupt.
All right, so Shrike is wandering down this back alley. There's grime all over the cobblestones, and as it winds down, there's a little bit of what you would think would be an old aqueduct, but it's actually just a drainage in the middle of the road, and it starts zigzagging, and more water is in it than should be, and it goes into a pool at the end of a dark cistern, and Shrike reaches into his pocket and pulls out a handful of dead beetles and starts dropping them into the pond, but in a very specific pattern.
Nice.
And they start turning faster than they go down underwater, and he just kind of turns around and walks away, knowing that he's sent the message out to Satara that they need to talk.
So the next day, so you did that probably the following day. So the following day, Jackdaw and Shrike are going somewhere to gather supplies and things. As you know, you all have to restock your supplies after each score. And it's raining. It is raining very hard, but it normally rains. What is weird is that the rain in front of you is twisting. Okay, the rain starts to twist, and in front of you, I'm gonna actually roll the table because I love the demon table to see what Satara looks like. So he is a demon of water aspect. Oh, actually, what did you guys roll? Magpie, can you roll the d6 for me?
Sure thing.
Roll the 5.
A 5. Okay. So let's see. So the water begins to twist and coalesce. It forms a large orb and then flattens a bit and elongates until you have what's like the body of like a arachnid kind of thing. 12 like watery legs erupt out of it, and then they twist with their multiple joints and land on the ground. And where you'd expect the head, instead of a head, a long, sinuous, snake-like tentacle grows out of the cephalothorax of this arachnid. And at the front of this sinuous tentacle is a beak made of ice. And the beak starts like speaking, and you can hear this like voice coming out of this beak is like, Shrike, darling, why did you signal me?
Oh, you know, I can't miss you from time to time.
And as when you say that, the beak smiles in this weird beak thing, and the water tentacle like curls itself around your neck like a boa. Not like a strangling, like a boa. Jackdaw, you have never met Satara. This is a monstrous demon. Tell me, you don't have to make, normally you have to make a save, but it's an information gathering, so you just feel scared. Tell me how you feel.
I trust that Shrike knows what he's doing. That doesn't mean that I don't back a couple feet away, and it doesn't mean my arm starts to spark a little out of nervousness. There
Nice.
are bits of the blue glow that is underneath all the gears and stuff from the electroplasm start to go like blackish, and they sort of like there's little inky black sparks that start like puttering off out of panic, and I'm just gonna
Nice. Nice. Sorry, that was another congratulatory text. Okay, Shrike, so what do you ask?
So you probably know about what's been going on lately around with the demon stone.
You hear like a watery giggle, which sounds like the drown of a dying man.
Yeah, I thought so. So we need to find something of my heritage and yours that'll help protect us from whatever the church is planning.
And the sinuous thing, like the thing like goes round and right, it seems to elongate and go even further and goes into your ear. It doesn't go into it. It like whispers in your ear, sort of. It's like, yes, the stone of the prince is in the city, is it not? You will need more than the basic protections against the prince's power, even diminished as it is.
And Shrike's like, show me. And then he opens his mouth and the thing like goes into his mouth and his eyes go completely black and he starts like weeping black water out of his eyes as he like completely communicates with Satara.
Jackdaw, how do you feel?
I was typing this in Zoom chat, but I hate this.
Like, so your compatriot, he didn't seem to struggle. He like welcomed it, but like this is a demon of corruption. He makes people the hug demon was also it wasn't really a demon, but it was a corruption influence. So
with this one.
Yeah. Jackdaw's just like, I trust you, but I am very focused on science and things that make sense. Maybe not necessarily things that have proof, but things that have logical things. I'm better with gears and mechanics and distilling down. This is completely out of my field, and I'm just like, I trust you. Oh my god, if I have to, like, I don't want to kill a demon. I don't want to kill a demon a day. Shrike, you better.
Love it.
Just in her head constantly.
So it's less of I don't have to kill a demon and more of I will never be able to kill a demon. What the hell? So Shrike, you feel as though you are submerged fully in water, right? Like you can't hold your breath that long, but you do see flashes of images, right? You see the stone with the old Hadrasi writing on it. You see a lightning tower. You see two lightning towers with their lightnings arcing. Then the vision seems to press past the lightning tower, rush out into the Deathlands, and into and up to a old ruined sideways like it's a well that is kind of bent over sideways in the Deathlands. That is where you must go if you need to find protection against the demon, against all the supernatural, anything powerful enough to go against the demon Ixis.
So
Okay.
as it starts to go out of him, Shrike falls to his knees, and those symbols that were on his hands are smoking up in the air, and he kind of goes, "Oh, always a pleasure, Satara."
And you
tries to catch you if that counts for anything.
Do you want? Well, the demon is still kind of wrapped around him. Do you want to be able to touch the demon?
You know, Jackdaw doesn't think about it. Jackdaw just goes, friend, falling, catch.
Great. Jackdaw, this is the first time you've dealt with this demon, so its corrupting influence affects you. Tell me one happy memory that you have that is now twisted and corrupted.
First time I got my arm to work.
So you got your arm to work, but now whenever you think of your arm working, all you can think of is the pain of your original arm, like exploding. Remember, it exploded, right?
Yeah.
So like you can never like feel pride in your arm anymore. All you can feel is despair that you have to have this arm.
Yeah.
And as you say that, you now hear this voice as well as Shrike, because now you have touched the demon, and he's like, delicious.
Satara, we talked about you asking first.
And you hear that gurgle of a drowning man again, and he evaporates. Okay, so you know where you have to go. Remember, the Deathlands are the domain of wild, insane ghosts. So you might want to try and get some protection. You might want to find some information. You might want to find someone who can escort you in the Deathlands.
So we need to find a ghost mech.
Mm-hmm.
You can decide. So
I have contacts in the Deathlands, so.
Oh yeah, we do.
You also can do a little more information gathering. I normally allow like 2 or 3 information gathering, not more than that. It gets a bit much.
I think this one should be with the Deathland person, whoever has that contact.
That's me.
Yeah.
Okay, so who wants to go with Jackdaw? One of the people who's probably good at talking, right?
I can go with Jackdaw.
Oh, Corbin then.
Who wants to go?
Okay, I can go, I guess.
Okay,
Yes.
so Corbin and Jackdaw. So this is, girls' night out because she respects you as women entrepreneurs because she is also a woman entrepreneur. So you meet her in the night market. So the night market there's a little bit of disruption, but not as much because the war's happening in Crowsfoot. So it's things are normal. She meets you on a barge. On a barge. And she's like, so this is unusual, right? Normally you go to her when she announces she's selling stuff. But you called her this time, Corbin, through your spider web of contacts. And she's like hunched up and she's like, so she twitches, like her eye like twitches a bit, and she is kind of not entirely there. And she's like, what's up? What'd you need? Do you need? Have I ever played her before? I haven't, right?
No, you have not.
Okay, great. Because otherwise I'm like, am I conning her? Oops.
Normally I come and get stuff from you, but this time we need you to take us out to the Deathlands.
Take you to the Deathlands.
Yes.
And she turns to Corbin and she's like, she looks at your cane.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, dangerous, Deathlands, dangerous.
Oh, that's why we're here. Experts. We need them. You. Or someone you know.
Why? Where?
Where exactly? I know Shrike probably told Jackdaw.
You can describe that. Remember this like twisted well.
Jackdaw, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And she like takes a step back and she's like, not good. And she turns around and she grabs her head and she's like, not good. And she just keeps saying that.
I look at Jackdaw and say, really?
Well, I didn't choose the place. Trust demon.
Is she good for it?
She's fine. I guess being out there messes with you. Look, I know it's not good. We don't got a choice though, so
And she turns and she says, price.
Oh, we can make
I
it
want
worth
to
her
know what
while.
you're gonna offer her.
I look at Corbin.
So, I would say you have, this is the day, so I picked this as the last mission for a reason. You have to give her, you have to promise her something of value, something either that you own or something you'll be able to get or something. Something of like significant value. You own an arcane thing,
Oh my
maybe
God.
your old lair, maybe your arm.
I was gonna offer my
Okay, yeah.
arm because
Yes.
I don't want it anymore.
Oh,
Oh
really?
yes! Oh my god, this is amazing! This is perfect! Game
look-
experience.
I look at Jack and I'm like, really? You willing to give that up?
Well, yeah, it's. And you can actually see there's like black sort of start sparking off it. I should probably make a new one anyways. It's fine. Yeah. I know you've been eyeing it, so you want? I'll give you the whole thing.
Because all the arm offers you now, Jackdaw, is pain and despair.
Good,
And
my enemy's
possession,
in that thing.
and possession.
Get it away.
Despair
Get
and
it away.
possession.
So she's
Bad
like,
time.
she comes over and she licks up your metal arm.
I can't feel anything in this arm, so it's
You
fine.
literally can't, right? And she says, accept.
Fantastic.
For now, you can give it to her after the mission, because you will only pay her once she's done her job, right? So,
Yeah.
So I won't say for the rest of the mission you have no arm. That would be a level 3 harm. Okay, great. So you have an escort. You know where you want to go. You don't really have anything to like protect you from the horribleness of the Deathlands.
Can I use my my remaining downtime action?
Yes.
Because I know Fitz a Deathland collector that might know something.
So let's say, what if you, Raven, and Magpie go to see Fitz?
Okay.
Raven has the muscle in case they like try anything shady, and Magpie to be like, hey.
Well, it's like if he's a Deathlands collector, I can verify maybe its authenticity as a Sevrosi.
Ooh,
Yes.
nice. That's a good
That's
idea.
rubbish. Can't use that. Yeah, that kind of thing.
Nice. So he is, did I tell you where he's located?
I don't think
Okay.
so.
So I'm gonna say he is located, where's my map? Where are my districts? He is located in, I know, he is a professor at, let's see, what's the name of the place? He is a professor at Duskval Academy in the wealthiest district of the city.
Nice. Okay.
So you somehow like bribe and use your contacts to get yourself to White Crown without a lot of suspicion. Magpie helps because Magpie looks suave enough to get there. Raven, you probably say is your like bodyguard or hired thug, but everyone gives him a weird look, like who is this person entering White Crown? And in this like palatial office in Duskval Academy with this cheerful fire. Okay, there's a cheerful fire there. There are potted flowers, like festooning the windows. He is tucking in to some lovely stewed chicken. The smells of spices permeate the room. He offers you each wine made of real grapes and not like mushroom fungus stew thing.
Perfect.
And he says, Corbin, and what do you have for me today?
Oh, delightful. Well, we're looking for your help. We are looking to expand our offices to.
And who are you two?
Oh, my wonderful friends Raven and Magpie. We are business associates, and that's why we're here for.
And he eyes Magpie, who foreshadowed that he's gonna do well with the gentleman. So yes, this guy is eyeing you. And he sees Raven. He kind of like his glance like just slides off of you. You're not important.
It's all right.
Which is one of the advantages you have in this situation, Raven. And he says, so what do you need?
As I said, we're expanding our businesses. You doing a little bit. That's why we came to you. We were doing a little bit of Deathlands excavations and acquisitions.
Very wise. Have your senses finally taken leave of you? And he takes this a bread roll. It's crusty. It smells heavenly like bread. There's butter, goat butter melting on it, and he's like, "Wise."
Oh, but you know that the best has some danger to it. You get small, meager things if you're careful all the time. We're looking for some big scores. And we're looking for a little bit of, I'd say a little bit of some help. We'll be good for it.
And he bites into this bread and like crumbs and pieces falls to the ground. Raven, you'd probably eat the worst of the whole group. Tell me how you're feeling in this display of opulent like food and waste.
All Raven can think of is that jerky that Sawbones gave him right before the vampire fight. And he's just like, he can taste it. It's like, it's all he's been able to taste since it is just like hot, bloody meat. And he can't take his eyes off the food. And maybe he might even start like mumbling to himself. Who's this man know about? Didn't he? He's never been out there before. This crumbs off his beard, like things like that. But he doesn't maybe realize, Raven doesn't realize that he's talking to himself.
Lol.
Or like thinking out loud.
And so the guy glances at you kind of, but then he slides away from it and he's like, protection from the Deathlands. I can offer you someone.
Oh, excellent.
Perhaps. But what will you offer me in return? And as he says that, he's looking at Magpie.
I'll kind of like knowingly nod back at him and just say, yes. But what we can do is offer you the best and first choice of things that we come by. The real beauties.
So I just saw Magpie lick his lips, just for effect, everyone. Yudside just licked his lips. Anyway, keep going, Corvin.
Magpie hasn't had dinner yet.
Keep going, Corvin.
Yes, and we can also get them past the church. You know how they are with their security at the thing. They don't want any of that coming in, but we can get them past you. It's a real.
So he needs. You talk a bit more. He needs, just like with Jackdaw, he needs a show of faith now that you're going to offer him something next. He doesn't know what you'll find. You might find crap, right? So there's something you need to offer him. It could be, I don't know, Magpie. It could be something else of value. I mean, at this moment, you're known to you have a lot of prostitute connections, so
Just a pretty face too, Corbin.
Oh, you're a pretty face. You're a lot of things, but a pretty face is
one of your assets.
if Magpie's okay with it, oh my god.
I guess I could try something here.
Okay, go ahead.
I'll approach him and really quick. How is this ticking device in my chest configured? Is it actually taking the place of my heart, or just in the middle of my chest?
No, it is sparking your heart. Your heart has lost the ability to create its own electric current because you were hit by an electric harpoon, right?
Right.
And so, yay, biomedical engineering major. And so this device
does good work.
is sending the electrical impulses to your heart.
Okay. That means okay.
People keep asking me, do you use your biomedical engineering major in your game design? I'm like, no, but now I am, I guess.
There you go. I'm going to approach, and I'm going to use my natural kind of people skills to get up close to him. It's very if he's attracted to me, then normally his heart will elevate, and I'm just going to put his hand and put it on my heart, and without him touching the device or noticing it, I'm going to say, you have 30 seconds to make my heart race. If you can't, then you provide. If you can, then we'll see where it goes. Kind of taking and this is me kind of stacking the deck. I'm assuming because my heart rate is regulated by device.
Yep.
Actually, kind of sadly, like nothing can technically now raise my heart rate unless I do it manually. So this is me stacking the deck in the favor where he's going to try to, I guess, get my engine revved up, but it's not going to be possible.
Okay.
Kind of deceiving him.
His eyes widen, and I'm gonna try to do this without it being incredibly creepy. I don't want to be like he like leaps on you, like that's not okay. Have you guys watched the Addams Family where Gomez like kisses Morticia's arm all the time?
Yeah.
He does that. He like instead of like kissing you on the arm. Nothing happens. And
All the while, I'm holding his hand on my heart so he doesn't move it over and discover there's a mechanical device there.
Right. So like nothing happens, and he like narrows his eyes and he sits back and he's like, perhaps another time.
Perhaps. And I take the bowl of chicken soup. Good.
So I'm gonna say that was a cool moment, by the way, eating his food. I'm gonna say then he will provide for you, but he wants a lunch date with Magpie.
I got the perfect thing for this. So notice that after like they kind of separate, I kind of out of my bag as we're kind of like talking, I'll just kind of like slip it on the table. It's like, keep this. You know I'm good for it. And I'll just kind of get into his ear real fast and just whisper, it's his favorite. And I'll just kind of like back away a little bit. Kind of.
And someone just noted we got the titular Corvids Kiss in the season finale. It's almost
I always thought it would be Shrike with the skeleton boy.
That's our child.
Like in so many words.
Awesome. So perfect. So he gives you the contact of a retired rail jack. Who, remember, are the people who work on the railway lines. And remember, the railway lines travel between the cities. So they have to know a lot about dealing with ghosts. And this retired railjack's name is Skellig, who is going to accompany you. So you're going to have this posse with you. You're going to have Skellig, and you're going to have your scavenger. What's her name again?
Sister Thorn.
Sister Thorn. Okay, I'm gonna have to think of a voice for Skellig. Great. So that was your last action. And I'm gonna say you're gonna have to pay the railjack to spend a coin, Corbin.
Okay.
Okay. So this seems like transport goods and services, right? Seems like a smuggling sort of heist, sort of, and we know where you're going to do it, so that we can skip all that. But we are going to make a roll. I'm going to say Raven, because you didn't come to last session. You get to make the roll this time.
All right.
Engagement 125.
I didn't roll 20.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Roll 20 is being mean tonight.
okay, so first,
Risk it.
is this operation particularly bold or daring?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Deathlands, man.
Yes.
Okay. Is it overly complex or contingent on many factors?
No.
Yeah.
You want to have two guides with you.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's subtract one die. Does the plan's detail expose a vulnerability of the target or hit them where they're weakest?
No.
Not really.
Particularly.
The target's strongest against his approach are particular defenses.
The Deathlands won't see us coming.
That's so part of it. Deathlands are always
Never
watching.
expected.
No special preparation or weakness. Can your friends contact rival by aid? Yes, so you get one extra die.
Right.
That. Are your enemies interfering in this operation? I'm going to say not yet. I mean, they'll come up because it's a role-playing game, but they're not actively.
Does the arm count as interference?
No, that's the harm. I don't want to compound that one too much. And then, are there other elements you want to consider? Yes, because you're going to the Deathlands, so you subtract one die again.
Yeah.
But then you get one die for sheer dumb luck plus another one. So how many dice do you have, Raven?
I've counted 2. Has anybody else been? That sounds.
That might be our first over one.
That might be our first, yeah. That's
Okay.
yeah,
A lot of like one. This one of them shifted a lot.
Let's not count the math. Let's just go with 2.
All right.
Let's go with 2.
Let's go for it.
Right. Okay, I got a 3 and a 4.
Okay.
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 3 and a 4. So at a 4, you start at a risky situation in your first roll. So the scene is
People were asking what is the name of this award-winning game.
Oh, thank you. The game is called Verdure, like greenery, Verdure. So if you Google HIO Verdure or Sharon Biswas Verdure, you should see it. It was being exhibited at 1 exhibition so far, and it has won 1 award so far.
And can people buy this there?
People can buy it on HIO for 4 or 5 on this PDF, and then you play it alone in an empty kitchen while making salad. And the act of making and eating the salad are important to the game. Thank you. That was so nice, Jordan. But I'm going to set the scene, then we're going to take our bio break for the night. The scene is, it is raining and thundering and lightning-ing, and you are in front. So let's look at the map. You are, let's see. You are outside. You are in the Radiant Energy Farms area. So there are all these like farms growing food. The lightning tower are in front of you. There are guards patrolling the lightning towers. Your first order of business will be to get past the guards and through the lightning tower. You also have like a giant posse. You have the 5 of you plus Skellig plus Sister Thorn. Have you taken out Skelly Boy, or is he in your pouch?
Torx is in my backpack.
Perfect. Okay, so we're gonna pause there for a 5-minute bio break. And we are back, and it is raining and thundering, and you are right outside the lightning tower, hiding in the farming field with the radiant energy. Remember, if you touch any of the radiant plants, you will get poisoned. So you're hiding like away from them. And at that moment, Shrike, you get the unmistakable sense that Jackdaw is possessed.
What is going on, Jackdaw?
What are you talking about? Everything.
Your arm.
Yeah.
Jackdaw, you have the sudden feeling that if you murder the leader of your group, you can become the leader.
Do we have a leader?
Corbin.
You don't, but you suddenly get this feeling.
Yeah, everything's fine. It's made a new upgrade. It's nothing to worry about.
What did you put into it?
It just, well, it can.
Let me see it.
No,
Let me see it, Jackdaw.
no,
Actually,
it's not.
might be sure.
Okay, you see what's her name? Sister Thorn twitching, and she's like, "Go now, quick, 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 quick,
Yep.
quick."
And I go. I avoid the conversation and I leave.
Okay, you start booking it.
No, I just basically go. Yeah, no, we should go. And
But she's scurrying forward because it's time for the shift change for the guards.
Mhm.
Okay, so she is trying to. Normally, she does this like alone and not with 6 other people. But yeah, so what are you guys doing? The shift is happening. Lightning tower. Because it's a lightning tower barrier. You're gonna have to like squeeze down low and crawl under it, and try not getting electrocuted.
Oh.
It's also like the smell of ozone is intense. The lightning barrier itself, you have to wear like dark cloths over your eyes because it's like lightning, it's like blindingly bright. The hairs now that you're approaching closer from the farms, all your hair is like rising up. Jackdaw, you feel very strange. Queasy in your stomach for some reason. Shrike, sparks are coming out of you as it's reacting with your lightning powers.
Your heart, Meg.
And Magpie, you start feeling pain in your chest.
Strike reaches out and some of the ozone starts to like wrap itself around his hand, and then he like pushes it outward and it goes out and like as if you're seeing a fast forward lapse of a movie of clouds rolling across the sky, and like a mist of ozone spreads out over where we're trying to sneak.
Ooh.
Not touching the ground, it gives us a place to crawl underneath, but it's like it's totally keeping us from view because I'm making a mist appear everywhere.
Okay, I think this is a use of your power that you have.
Yep, it is. It's
so
using Tempest.
So it's like pushing. You have to push yourself, right?
You can push yourself to do one of the following. Yeah.
Okay, so what kind of role do you think this is?
This is a tune.
Perfect, that makes sense to me. It's risky because that's what your role was. The effect is going to be standard. So make me a roll. So because you're pushing yourself for this, you cannot push yourself for a bonus die. Okay.
Okay.
Does anyone want to help Shrike? And in what way?
I don't think they can really.
That makes sense. You can take a devil's. No, you're already pushing yourself.
I mean, I have 3 in a tune. I think I'm gonna be fine.
Yep. Okay, go ahead and roll.
And when I push myself, does that mean I take a stress?
Yes, you always take a stress when you push yourself.
I think push yourself is 2 stress.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, helping is 1, pushing is 2.
Thanks, Jackdaw.
What'd you roll?
6, 5, 3.
Okay. So you do it. So this like sparks come out and this mist rolls over and you hear like some like the guards be like, what? So there's some confusion. The guards don't want to act too quickly because they don't want to walk into the lightning tower. Okay, so you guys have to scramble underneath the tower. This is going to be a group action.
Yes.
So you get to use your cool new group action upgrade that you got, which means, what's it called, Magpie?
Sorry, I was seeing Jackdaw plotted to murder our leader. Could you say that one more time?
What is the upgrade called? The group action upgrade the team took?
Synchronized!
Synchronized. So I'm going to say, yeah, you make a group action to like huddle and scurry through. Who is the team leader? Remember, the team leader has the chance of getting the most stress.
It's Mistress. I mean, I think we look to our spider, right, as our leader.
The group action is you're crawling under. Your spider with her bad hip is not necessarily the best at.
So it's probably Shrike as he's reaching up and keeping the thing in place.
I'd say Shrike or Raven, because I think I'd say Raven's probably the best at like prowling.
I mean, probably Prowler, yeah.
Prowling, yeah.
If this was more finesse-based, it would be. I think it might be Magpie, but if it's prowling, it's not.
Okay, so everyone make me a prowl roll. We're gonna count. We're gonna add the successes together, and any 1s, 2s, or 3s means Raven will take stress.
What plan number is this?
Sounds good.
This is prowl. But normally you can't get a critical in a group action, but because you took the upgrade, you can.
Oh no. So I was just saying, like, we number plans. What plan is this?
Plan Delta 84.
Yes.
Single file shimmy. Plan number 784.
That's not one of our plans.
Position is risky, right?
I'm gonna say this is a lightning tower. Position is desperate.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh.
All right, I got a 6 for Raven.
Oh.
3 and a 6.
So that's 1, 3.
A 2.
No,
1,
I said
2. What else?
I got
else?
2.
I had my highest was a 6.
Okay, yeah, but the 6 is fine. But 3. So we got 4 stress for Raven.
Mm-hmm.
But you got 2 6s, 1 from Shrike and 1 from Raven. So you have it's a critical. So I'm gonna say you quickly shimmy, not shimmer. You quickly shimmy through really fast with all your equipment, everything. Oh, by the way, everyone mark your load.
Yeah.
Everyone mark your
I'm
load.
taking heavy.
Normal.
And you can take heavy if you want because you're not like going into a social situation.
Not sure why the heck.
I guess that does make sense.
Yeah, let's just.
Right?
We're going
And
death
of
lines.
course,
Yeah, sure.
if I can also say you have a heavy load, you're weighed down, so that could also happen.
Oh no, going back to normal.
Oh.
Okay,
Jackdaw's taking heavy.
great.
I don't. I'll just take. Honestly, I'll just take light. Like even with access to all the items, slides don't really have things I think would be useful in this situation. So light's fine.
Okay, so you shimmy there. You do it so fast that the guards hear nothing, notice nothing. You like speedily do it, and as soon as you are past the lightning towers, all of you feel very scared. Not like, oh, I'm scared, but like a weird fear sensation. All of you except Raven. Raven, your palms are burning. Because even Shrike has never been in the Deathlands, right?
Okay.
So like all of you are like, there's some weird force out here. Raven, on the other hand, has been in the Deathlands and has survived in areas outside the lightning towers. And his palms are like burning. You can, if you look down, your tattoos are glistening. Okay. And not only that, if you look under your tunic, your body carvings, the rude words on your body are also glistening.
Magic and curses, then. And if Shrike, you know the way to this well?
No more than any of us. It's on the map from.
So the thing you know is that your sister Thorn is like, so she doesn't follow a map. She's like this way. But you do notice that the Railjack takes out from his pocket this like Jackdaw. You are intrigued because it's this like weird contraption. Turns a key, like a clockwork key, and then lets it go, and this like pendulum comes out of it and starts swinging back and forth, and all these like rotating parts start working, and then it starts humming, and all of you suddenly feel less scared.
And as soon as we're away from the wall and around like a little hill,
Yeah.
it's gonna turn to Jackdaw and be like, "We have to talk."
Okay, so I'm gonna say you because you got the critical, you are led to this like hill area, and this railjack, Skellig. Okay, so Skellig is this like a grizzled sort of older dude. He is like super skinny, and he is missing most of his teeth. Okay, and he's holding this thing. He's like kind of chasing after. He's not gonna ask you many questions. You paid him a good amount, blah blah. But he's like following you around, protecting you from like the influence of the ghosts and stuff. He might not be protecting you if an individual ghost tries to attack you, but like from the general thing, and like you'll be harder to sense because of his device. Yeah.
How does his device affect the thing with my arm? Does it?
It doesn't seem to have any effect.
Okay.
Yeah, it's more like a
That's a
dampener
ghost
of
of
like your
grudge.
Okay, so you get to like this hill area, and your Sister Thorn's like, come, but Shrike.
Hold on, Jackdaw. We have
Really?
to talk now.
No, we shouldn't stay out
You're
here very long.
possessed.
I'm not. It's fine.
It's not fine for the rest of us.
The rest of them don't know. What they don't know won't hurt them.
We have to get rid of it. I can get rid of it.
Yeah, well, I have a plan to get rid of it too. After this is done.
I see it twitching. These ghosts sometimes they're not going to be happy with you. They're not there to be your friend.
I don't want it to be my friend. It's a tool. It's my arm. I just need it to work.
You suddenly have a feeling
Working?
everyone is a tool and everyone is disposable, and you must make use of them as much as possible.
So it's having no effect on you.
None. I'm fine.
Right after I said that.
Shrike like looks at you.
Have I ever lied to you before?
No, you haven't.
Well, I'm not gonna start now. It's fine.
Okay, and as you're talking, you see, so the Deathlands are like kind of barren ruins kind of thing, but you do see a cloud of dust, like rapidly approaching you. And what's her name? Sister Thorn gets really alarmed and says, "Follow! Who follow?" And starts like freaking out.
How big is this influence area that she can protect
Not
us
very
in?
big. It's like covers like it's like you guys have to kind of walk. You don't have to like huddle together, but you have to kind of walk close together.
So this it's like it's still enough for like a private conversation though, right?
Yeah, but it's not gonna like, it doesn't stop you from being heard. Right? It protects you
He wants
against
to know if he heard me and
Yeah, I want to know if we were close enough to hear
Jackdaw
that
talking.
conversation.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
All of you are standing close together, yeah.
Heck.
Okay.
Heck.
I thought we were behind a hill.
Yeah, I thought we were both like, oh.
Oh, did you want to do it privately?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's probably what they want. Yeah, they
Yeah, I just
Jackdaw definitely wanted that
I'm
to
gonna
be
say they had a
was
very quiet conversation, and you guys were busy talking to the railjack. And
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I glance over to those two and I mentioned to Raven, it's like, oh, they're gonna make such really weird undead creatures together.
They're gonna get caught out here and killed if they don't keep up.
Yeah.
And
Think of all the weird stuff they can make. Maybe they'll make me an arm one day. I want a third arm.
Maybe a body.
the cloud is coming closer, and now you can hear hooves.
is there a place to hide, or at least get onto higher ground?
You are, yeah. So I assume you are all near a hill. So yes.
Okay.
From what Shrike said, I assume you're all near a hill. So yes.
Also, this kind of protective field, how necessary is it? Like, if we needed to, can we leave it to run or fight? Or is it pretty much paramount we stay inside?
You have no idea. You have never been to the Deathlands.
Excuse me, guide person. Quick question. So what happens if we leave the field you're providing us?
Basha. Naga.
Not good.
Naga.
Like, not good or not good?
Naga.
So it's not good, guys.
Not good.
You at this point also his tongue is also injured. He's just bad at talking.
Yeah.
If you
Well-
look carefully, it looks like he may have bitten off his own tongue at some point.
Oh, good.
Ugh.
But we're not going to outrun him. So Raven will, get on the higher ground and meet whoever's following us.
So now, as they're approaching, and so you are like, all right, I am in command kind of thing. It is 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. No, 4 horsemen from your homeland. At least they look like they'd be from your homeland, right? Which is, I keep getting the name. Scotland.
That one? Or
Severos. Yeah, so there are 4 Severosi horsemen, which is weird because why are they in the Deathlands here?
Yeah.
And but they're like, who goes there?
We are refugees from Duskball, looking to escape our tormentors and find what freedom we might in the death.
You are insane! Why would you leave into the Deathlands? You will die within a day.
Why are you out here?
Our edge.
And now they're up there at the base of the hill now, and you see, now you can hear them, so they don't have to yell, so I don't have to yell anymore. I was yelling the whole day at middle schoolers. Summer camp. So they are all wearing, Raven, what are they wearing to protect themselves against the Deathlands and the ghosts?
So they've got they have these sort of like spectral hides that from animals that kind of bridge the world. They're sort of like neither alive nor dead.
Wow.
And when treated with various plants and other alchemical substances,
Nice.
it kind of just provides an everyday protection, like a raincoat for specters and ghosts.
I like that. So they're these like oiled, hunky dudes and one lady who's clearly the leader. But she's the one, she's not speaking. So you, Raven, know she is the leader. Because the leader isn't going to sully herself by speaking to Rand.
Well, this is why Raven's out front as well.
There you go. And so they're like these oiled, hunky, like shirtless dudes and this woman, and they're wearing these like translucent sort of like hides which shimmer like an oil slick. Like the rainbow colors of an oil slick, and they're on these horses that are like very robust, and they're like, we live here. We left the homeland and have made our home in the outskirts of Duskwall. It is not safe for you to travel here. Come, let us escort you back to the city.
The city doesn't have what we want. Well, we will return to it once we have acquired our protection that we need.
Okay, so they, I think you're gonna need to convince them somehow. Like,
are they like barring our way, or just they feel?
This is them feeling too much altruism.
Gotcha. Okay. In that case, maybe Raven will step aside a bit and gesture back to the party. We've got our railjack with his gizmo that's protecting us. We have our guide through the waste, myself in here. We are fine. The only thing we lack is transportation or knowledge of the local terrain. Perhaps, if you're so concerned, you could escort us, make sure that we are safe, and then we will be of no concern to you.
Okay, so I'm gonna say convincing them to escort you is harder than convincing them to just leave you alone, of course, right? But because you have all these people and you pointed and you said railjack and you have a whisperer and everything next with you, I'm gonna say that it's a controlled situation. It's a controlled situation, but the effect is gonna be limited.
I like to support.
Say that again?
I like to support.
Okay, Magpie can help, and then of course everyone remembers Corbin has her power where she can help people extra in the heist. Okay.
Can more than one person help?
Not normally. Not normally.
Okay.
That'll become like a group action basically.
The way I assist is I go up to Raven and I whisper to him, maybe if you disrobed and met them on an even playing field, they would be more receptive.
Thank you. Thank you. Where is my head? And he will. I've one of my items, because I do have a heavy load. I am wearing armor, so he sort of like will take off his strap, and he's still got the bandages on, and sort of like take the bandages off, and they're fresh bright red scars and
curse words carved into your flesh.
And they're not pretty, right? Like I imagine there's a lot of really rude, nasty things on there, and he's like, their hate has given me protection against.
So I like this. I'm gonna say Magpie, because he's used to work for foreign dignitaries, has picked up a little bit of like diplomatic know-how, right? And he reminds you, do the customary ritual like greeting, which involve, because they're shirtless, right? They're bare-chested, all of them. So you have to meet them on the even footing, and you're like, oh right, I've been out of the homeland for so long. So perfect.
Too long.
You do that. You see the leader, she like kind of looks at your like weird scars and your like rude words. Also, what language are you speaking to them in?
I mean, it would be Silverosi.
Okay. I'm gonna say Corbin knows enough to like kind of sort of translate for you guys. Corbin, when in doubt, Corbin just knows stuff as the mistress mind.
Academics.
Yeah. Corbin or maybe Jack Daw, who used to be a professor. So make me a roll with an extra die. What action are you using?
Well, it feels like a sway, but I don't have any dice in sway. But I mean, the only other one I would have is command. It doesn't feel like a command. I'm not ordering.
I don't think it's commanding. So it's sway or consort would be pretty good, I think. Because they are your people, so you can consort with them.
Actually, consort feels better. I mean, same difference for me. No dice.
Yeah.
But, if I get it.
But so you have 0 dice. You get 1 die from Magpie. Magpie, take 1 stress. Do you want to push yourself or take a devil's bargain?
Oh, I'm only got 4 stress left before.
Raven took a lot of hits earlier.
Yeah, I took a lot of it earlier. So I think
I can tell you the devil's bargain if you want.
Let's hear it. I'll hear it. Yeah.
You're gonna get. I'm gonna start a clock saying, "Who seeks the seekers?"
Oh. Yeah, let's make this interesting. I'll take that devil's bargain. That's no stress, but it starts that clock, right?
Yep. But you get an extra die for that.
All right.
I told you I like poetic clocks.
Yeah. All right. So
all credit goes to the comic Watchmen. But keep going.
I don't think we need to give any credit to Watchmen.
Oh, we got 4 and a 1.
Okay, so it was controlled though, so that's not bad. 4. Let's see. Reduced effect. Okay, so I'm going to say the reduced effect is they will just let you go, but when you tell them you're going to this well, their eyes widen as well. And they're like, that is not a good place. Good fortune to you. And they go away.
Oh, no information. Dang it.
Do you quickly want to ask something before they go?
If I could squeeze in one question, either about how they're able to be out here without warding off spirits in a central area constantly, or why is that a bad place?
So they will not answer the first question.
Okay.
That is their secret. And why is that a bad place? They're too scared to say. So
okay. Maybe the secret is we have to be shirtless. That keeps the spirits away.
You did see weird spectral hides on their bodies, though. You did see that.
Oh.
Okay, so you can maybe that can, maybe it doesn't. Who knows? Okay. So you have a clock running. Okay, great. So from this hill, the Sister Thorn is like 2, 2, 2, 2, and she points to 2 paths. Okay, that you can take. One is there's this river of black water that you can like ford at the shallow point that she like points at, or there is a crumbling sort of stone bridge that you can try and cross over. It's not like it's stone. It's not like if you take a step, the whole thing will collapse. Crumbling is a descriptor. So maybe if you all like do things on it, it will break. But yeah. What path do you want to take? She's like, toot.
Corbin, you have any thoughts? Shrike, you getting weird feelings about either one?
I'm more curious about the arcane.
I have Ghost Mine. If there's anything weird going on around here, I would automatically.
Where you are standing, there's nothing weird going on. You would have to approach either the two spots to see if there's anything going on. The device that's the Railjack is carrying seems to be kind of holding and keeping away like spirits in general.
Hey, Jackdaw, can we use your arm as a dowsing rod?
It's not how it works.
Again, you're not getting weird twinges with the demon blood? No demon's about to leap from the canyon underneath the bridge?
I don't feel anything, but I think I'd have to be closer before I could feel it.
Honestly,
I can cross the bridge and see.
So we thinking the bridge then?
Bridge is
Raven?
fine.
Either that, or I could freeze the water. You can walk.
I'd rather not get this wet.
How fast is the river going?
The river is like a regular river. It's like decently fast.
Okay.
It's not like super sluggish or anything.
Yeah, but doesn't that take a toll on you, Shrike, for doing the freezing thing?
I'm gonna say freezing the whole river is challenge. It's gonna be very difficult to do.
All right, I'll go like walk first across the bridge, but like kind of like reaching out and see if I can sense anything.
Okay.
You could try and do some icy stuff in the shallow area
Yeah.
and make it easier to cross.
Or I could like have a strong wind that would blow through it, Red Sea style.
What?
Yeah, it's a river. I don't think you can do like hurricane level.
Create an ice
There
dam.
is Moses in my class though. So, okay. So we said bridge.
Bridge sounds good.
Yeah, bridge.
Okay.
Overexert
So
strike.
you continue to like. So you point at it, and Sister Thorn is like, stone, 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 hard under feet, solid. She starts leading you there. The Railjack is like whatever. He doesn't care. He's like old. He's like, if I die now, whatever, I have lived a good life. Like whatever. I've seen horrors that you can barely imagine.
Does he want us to capture his spirit if he dies? Is that like part of the contract?
He doesn't care.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we could capture.
That has not been discussed, so yeah.
Okay.
He doesn't even know what you're doing. He hasn't asked. So
Can I do that, like kick a stone into the canyon to see how deep it is thing?
into the river.
No, we're going to the bridge, right?
The bridge is over the river. That's the thing. You can
Okay.
either go
Oh.
the shallow or the bridge over the river.
Okay, I thought there was like two divergent. Never mind,
Yeah.
ignore me.
Okay, so you make your way towards the bridge, and when you arrive at the bridge, instantly, like the stones of the bridge, suddenly starts like flare up,
Mhm.
and 3 ghosts manifest in front of you. They are 3 like guard-looking things, but their armor is really old-fashioned and weird. And they're like, "Hail, citizens! We maintain this bridge. You must pay a toll as part of this bridge, as part of your travels. We use it to maintain the infrastructure you see around you." And they're pointing everywhere, but there's like, you're in like a wasteland.
What's the toll?
And as soon as you ask that, their demeanor, so their demeanor right now is very like formal, right?
Yeah.
As soon as you ask that, one of their faces like screws up, and he starts hissing, and he says, "Essence, essence, essence, juicy, juicy life essence."
Do you want me to do the thing where I make ghosts go away? I can do that.
Yeah.
You have your power.
Yes. Yes, preferably, yes.
All right. I am going
Try
to.
kind of like.
You also notice that
Anybody else like murder 77? Murder 77?
Yeah.
So you also notice that Sister Thorn is very like scared and surprised. She has not seen this before.
Cool. I'm going to take the opalescent powder from my pack and sort of sprinkle it on the ground, and then sort of mix it in with some chemicals, and then flare up a spark between my metal fingers and let it flare up with blue fire.
Great.
Great.
What kind of? This is a wreck, right? It has to say wreck,
It's
right?
Ghost Ward, so I wreck an area with arcane substance and methods. So it is anathema to spirits.
Yeah. So these ghosts are like kind of insane, so they have no idea what you're doing. As long as you're not crossing, they're like, whatever, do your thing. They've been here for centuries. So make me a wreck roll. Are you pushing yourself, taking devil's bargain, or is someone helping you?
I mean, Shrike could help.
Yeah. So Shrike, how are you helping?
Shrike, like, as she starts to put the powder down, goes, oh wait, we got this one too. And like, it's an extra powder, and he starts adding it to the other powder.
It's wherever you put the new powder, it starts like hissing up with little like smoke, and the opalescent starts turning like red.
Nice.
Shrike goes like, it's good stuff.
To take one stress strike. Jackdaw, this is a risky situation with standard effect.
And then 1 bonus die.
Yes.
All right, come on, roll 20, please. Ooh, 466.
Critical. Nice, because I was so ready to have your possession take effect.
Oh no.
Okay, it's a critical. The 3 sentinels are just standing there, like the weird face guy becomes normal again as soon as he answers the question, and you're like, and they're gone. They're no longer there. Great. My idea is either the bridge like starts collapsing or you get possessed, but critical. So you're golden, as Mika sang. Okay. So yeah, bridges. The ghosts are gone. Sister Thorn, she like covers her eyes. Remember, all of you have that feeling again for an instant, as though like your soul wants to leave you. Jackdaw, your arm for an instant goes kind of berserk, but like for a short instant. And then you're fine. Then Sister Thorn is like, what? She's scared.
I took care of a problem. It's fine.
Oh, wonderful job, Jackdaw.
That was awesome.
Shrike gives Jackdaw a look like
shaking out the arm.
What's up, Shrike? Some ghost around?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
All right,
yes,
Raven.
Front senses of the ghosts are gone. Okay, you cross the bridge, you like travel some more. Let's see. Raven, describe one strange sight you see as you travel.
So there's like a whole maybe at first it looks like a heat illusion or like a heat shimmer, so like a mirage.
Oh, Schlieren.
Yeah, and it's sort of like, but it's on a time loop of some kind. So like seeing like spectral images of the past that kind of loop by. I don't know if you've seen that Love, Death, and Robots Within the Desert. It's sort of like ghosts.
I have not seen that one yet. Good show though.
So there's a really cool one, and where it's like spectral fish. So it's like
I did
like,
see that one.
Spins it back like millennia as we walk along.
Like ghosts of like giant prehistoric fish.
Yeah, like this stuff that used to be here thousands and thousands of years ago, hundreds of thousands even.
Nice.
Okay.
Magpie, there is at one point you encounter another scavenger. Describe them for me and tell me how you like get how you get rid of them.
A scavenger, like
another scavenger, like Sister Thorn.
Okay. How weird can I get?
Weird enough. Remember the tone of the game, but yeah.
Right. Okay. The weirdness about the scavenger is, even out being in the Outlands, it looks like a perfectly spotless, clean, professional-looking individual that looks like they have no place being out here. And there's no civilization, there's no transportation, they have no supplies. They're it's hard to tell if they're a man or a woman. And they just approach and just kind of like, almost like it starts like picking at our stuff. And it's like they don't even see that we're there. It's like grabbing at our belongings and our supplies. And when we go to like try and stop them, it's like our hands move through them like a mirage and they're in a different spot. And it's just like over and over again, like this kind of relentless, kind of weird experience.
Okay.
Until eventually Magpie just gets fed up and he takes out something from his bag. Let's see. He'll take like some of his nicer clothing he brought along for the trip in case that ever became useful, and he'll toss it far enough back and watch as like the mirage kind of scavenger kind of chases after it, and like it disappears as soon as it grabs it, kind of like they both fade away.
Nice. That was actually really cool. You have a Mirage Thief. Great. And then you keep traveling, and you finally, from a distance, you see like a lot of like broken down, like crumbling, like stones, like as though they might have thousands of years ago been part of buildings.
Question.
But like a few stones left. What was that, Magpie?
Question.
Yeah.
Can we still see ghost waves out here?
I'm gonna say maybe it's gonna be convoluted because there's so much ghost activity. So you can still attune and stuff, but it'll be riskier than normal.
Okay.
Because there's so much ghost activity.
Just want to know that option's on the table.
Yeah, and remember, you always have to attune to do that, so you don't just automatically see them all, right?
Do we? I thought that was like the special thing that our gang could do is we always saw them.
No, so normally you cannot just attune to see ghost waves. Like there's no way of seeing them. You guys can sometimes like, oh, maybe you'll see one or two, but to look for a specific one, you have to like try and attune.
Okay.
Right? Like a normal group without that power can never use ghost waves.
Oh my
Okay.
goodness, we would make so much money if we sold like
so you do that. There's like a shriveled, like blackened tree, and beside the tree is this like toppled over sort of well. Toppled over is like kind of like toppled over, and you can see like it's reaching into the ground. But as you see it, you start hearing Corbin describe an appropriate flying craft for me.
Flying craft? Like man-made?
Yes.
You know what? I'll just stay with this, like some sort of like, you know what? Let's just go with a Zeppelin of some sort, like a small one.
Yeah. So it's this balloon-like thing that is richly embroidered. Okay, it's all these bright colors. Magpie, you instantly recognize these colors. Of course, they are the colors of House Anixis. So there's a giant balloon thing. There's a basket there. There's a propeller in the back. Instead of a propeller, it's like a set of wings that are doing this the whole time. And then it like hovers in the air, and you see a bunch of cables fly out of it, and a bunch of people like leap down on these like cables.
Uh-oh.
And they landed up next to you. They're a little distance, but they're also seem to be heading towards the well.
We could do if we want to, Shrike could, right before this happens, we flash back and Shrike could go, do you want me to take care of that?
Corbin's the one that saw it, right?
All of you can see this.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Strike's looking at Corbin and also Raven. He's like, do you want me to take care of this?
In what manner?
Yes. What did you have in mind?
Oh.
He went,
Storms, I'm guessing.
Oh,
lightning.
loaded.
Lightning, yeah.
Uh,
Lightning strike, right? So that the gas of the balloon would take care of it.
yeah.
If it can't be traced back to us, yes, go ahead. We need this.
Magpie is like wondering if maybe Anixis probably has decent defenses. He's lived with them enough that
So
you don't know, by the way, so you have no idea what their intention is, just saying.
right.
that's why Shrike asked first, going along with what the team just said. So he like puts one hand on the ground, and you can see like the dust of the millennia of bone dust and sand starts like swirling out around his hands, like in little like whirlwinds, and then his eyes start to glow black. If the color black is somehow glowing instead of drinking in darkness, and above in the sky, like there's like one of those little maelstroms forming, and all of a sudden lightning strikes start to hit the
Mhm.
Okay, so you're gonna make me a roll. I'm guessing you're attuning.
Yeah.
You're pushing yourself, so take 2 stress. So yeah, it doesn't have to be a flashback because you just do this.
Okay.
I'd like to assist.
How?
As Shrike's channeling his power, I put my hand and get close to him, and it's like, I have experience with this particular faction.
Conceptions. Yeah.
They may have certain countermeasures versus this sort of thing. So I would aim here, any points at the front, here at the back, which will overload the circuit, and then points to the center there.
Okay, so I'm going to say this. Your situation is risky, it's not desperate, but if you want to hit the people who are leaping out, your effect will be standard. If you want to hit the device, if you want to have even a limited effect, Magpie will have to push himself.
Oh, so to assist, I would have to push myself as well.
Yes, in this case.
So I would take 3
because you were right,
stress.
this is a protected Zeppelin. So if you want to hit the people who are coming down, it's easy to do. If you want to hit the Zeppelin, you're going to have to expend some resources.
I mean, it's up to Shrike.
I'm fine with. I'm trying to blow it up and kill everything at once.
Yeah.
Right.
And
People on the ground.
so your effect will be limited if Magpie pushes himself. If you also maybe take a devil's bargain,
I'll take a devil's bargain.
Yes. Take it.
Okay, so Magpie, you're pushing them. You're quickly pointing out, like, oh, there,
So, yeah.
there.
Real
Yeah.
quick. So is it 1 to assist and 2 for pushing myself on top of that?
Yeah.
So 3 total.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm gonna fill 2. I'm gonna fill 2 slots of Who Seeks the Seekers. So there's 1 slot left of Who Seeks the Seekers. Okay, but Shrike, describe. Oh, roll. Sorry, roll. You might fail. So this is gonna have a limited effect. Okay.
But we took the devil's bargain to make it better, or
Yeah, the devil's bargain was. Oh yeah, you did the devil's bargain, right? So you're gonna have standard effect. Perfect.
6 and a 4, but I don't get any extra from him, right?
You get his help die. He did help you.
Okay, so I get 2 more then. Did not help anymore. So it's a 5,
Okay.
a 4, a 3, and a 6.
So risky. You got a 6. Okay, so you do it. So describe. I'm gonna say 1 person survives, but apart from that, describe.
So the lightning starts to crackle, and it's like the motes of little darkness are coming up from Shrike's eyes, and he has like a whole bank of thunder that comes from one side, and as from around that side of the ship, there's a coruscating shield of ghost energy. But right as that happens, Strike other hand comes up with like a clawed effect, and then another strike comes from the other side and pierces through where they weren't concentrating and just blows out the side of the ship. But it's like instead of what you see like flames, it's like this ghostly vapor of shrieking souls blows out the other side, sucking. You see little tiny pinpricks of people being sucked out into this ghost thing into the air.
Nice. So you blew up the Zeppelin. Most people inside. 1 person manages to land. You have also now made an enemy of House Anixis, who
That's something for
no.
next.
All right.
Anyway.
How far away is he? How far away do we see
didn't
that?
really
that person
care
go?
about you that much. They cared about Magpie a little bit, but they didn't really consider you. Now they're considering you very much.
I got some
Um,
personal
How
grudges
far
there.
away is that person? Did they fall?
I'm gonna say I'm bad with estimating distances. It's a
Is it
skill I
close
don't
enough to get to relatively quickly?
Not relatively. You'll need like 10 minutes to get there.
All right. I'll take Magpie and just say, "Come with me." Let's finish
Sure.
this off.
By the way, the energy conduit devices on those things, we should probably see if we can steal that because they'd be great for the tower.
All right. Why don't you take point on this since you know them?
Me?
But we are just, we're just from the university. I have my papers, and we just saw them like take an awful accident.
Wait, are you splitting up?
I think she wants me to try to be more scapegoaty here and hopefully shift the blame off the group as a whole and just put it all on me.
I thought you just
which
got
I'm
up there
fine
and
with.
murder the last person.
I just want to get close.
Fair,
Get
to be
close.
fair, you are in the Deathlands. Weird things just happen in the Deathlands.
No witnesses.
Yeah. Okay. So do you wanna? Are you all running together en masse towards the survivor?
How about the 3 of you hide, me and Magpie go, and then Raven can be support if relatively close if things go bad.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Who is the railjack going with?
Us. Because
Okay.
he's our
Us.
guide. He's our
That's
guide,
true.
and we're from the.
Wait, that means we're out of the ghost protective field.
Yeah, no, but as that goes away, Shrike pulls out this little it looks like it could have been at one point metronome, but instead it's these black obsidian crystals that clink back and forth and they hit each other, and there's like 5 of them in a row.
Oh no, thanks. I already have one on my
You have
desk.
that in your inventory.
Yeah.
I already have a
Okay,
ticker.
what is it?
It's one of my. I have like arcane implements.
Arcane implements. Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say arcane implements are slightly less protective than the guy you hired to protect you, Jackdaw. As your friends leave, you suddenly start feeling not like yourself.
Oh no.
You're gonna have to make me a resolve saving throw.
Oh, yay. I suck at that. That's my bad one. Yay. No bonus dice, I'm assuming.
No, it's a save. Yep.
Yep. Okay.
Though of course you could say that you could use a flashback and say you steeled yourself against possession for just.
No, I didn't. Of course not. I got a 3.
Oh,
Oh no.
Okay, so I'm gonna look at as though you made an action roll. Okay, I'm gonna say you, everyone who is here. So Magpie and Corbin don't see this. It happens after they're a little bit like a couple minutes out. Everyone sees Jackdaw's eyes suddenly glaze over and then start burning bright blue, the same color as the fluid in her arm, and she leaps at Raven.
Did you see my private messages, Strong?
Oh, I'm not really looking at that. Which one? Sorry.
Okay, so a while back I've been messaging you saying that Shrike has been secretly using Sneak to make little binding marks on the back of Jackdaw's arm. Every time he like helped her with the powder and all these different things. And
So
not
Shrike.
him, he's just getting ready for when he knows what's going to happen, that he can help her. without
Perfect. So
hurting.
that is a flashback from Shrike.
Okay.
So take 2 flashback stress
Okay.
and make me a roll. What kind of action roll do you think this is?
This is definitely a tune still. I mean,
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm making.
It is a risky standard.
Okay.
So whenever the
Okay. So anyone who wants the best dice for rolling 6s ever, by Chessex 27406, blue, white, frosted. I have never rolled more 6s in my life.
You should trust
Great.
roll 20 with your rolls.
There
That's
you
all
go.
right.
Fuck no.
So,
Fuck no.
I'm a gambler. I trust roll 20.
Gambler.
Jackdaw lunges at
5.
Raven with this like feral growl, but then suddenly these symbols on her back like flare and she like stumbles. But the only thing that happens is her arm hits the ground. So rather than attacking Raven, you release your new power onto Raven.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Like I said, lesser of that in that you're not fisticuffsing with Raven, so you both don't. It's not like you both take harm and stuff. But this happens. Can you describe what your poison does?
So it looks like when that happens, the plating and the gears in my arm start to like almost they lift off, and the blue glow turns like this thunderous gray black, and there is this cacophonous boom as black fire sort of just streaks out from it, and it forms this vaporous gas cloud in the form of a skull, and it just sort of impacts Raven in the chest, and Raven is paralyzed.
Oh, okay.
Snaps.
Raven, you can try and resist that.
All right. That sounds like a prowess, paralysis.
That makes sense. Yeah, that makes
All
sense.
right. So I've got 3 in that, and let's see. All right. And just my as the rail Jack would have been leaving, Raven would have been taking out his spirit bane charm to just have if the guy's gizmo's not gonna be around. So I don't know if that would help any.
No,
So,
this is poison gas.
yeah.
This is
Oh no, that's not good. That's not good at all. That's a 2-2 and a 1.
So normally you would take 4 stress to resist this. You have enough stress for that.
That puts me at my max.
So in which case, I will say maybe don't do this because if you take the stress, you will be out.
Yeah.
Is there a way I can spend coin to like have like an extra move right before that gas goes out?
I'm gonna say if you can do a flashback that maybe inoculated Raven way back when, you can do that.
Oh, what I'm gonna say is I had how about a flashback about the way what I was marking the arm with and stuff, so that like as it sparks, these gray lines come out to my fingers almost like a puppet master. And I jerk the arm back around and slam it onto the ground as I'm controlling it, and slam my spirit lightning hook onto it, pinning it down like the way they do with snakes. Putting it down as it sparks, and my eyes are like, I become like this very cold gray as I'm looking down at Jackdaw.
Okay, so I'm gonna say in that case, instead of paralyzing you, Raven, you take a tiny whiff of the gas and you're gonna take 1 stress.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
And I am gonna use when it gets around, I am gonna try to like exercise the thing that I'm holding it down with my lightning hook.
Perfect. And Shrike, you take 1 stress. That was a flashback. So I'm gonna say you just managed to pull. If you want to exercise the spirit, that's actually a whole like shtick you have to do.
Okay.
Okay. So that'll take like time and research.
I mean, I want to. Well, I can pull a ghost out with my spirit hooked into a ghost bottle.
Oh yeah, okay, that's true. So that's good. Okay, let's cut to the others and then let's do that as an action then. Okay. Okay, Magpie and Corbin, you quickly get to the railjack is beside you. Sister Thorn is with the 3 of you. So I'm gonna say Sister Thorn in the background as you were fighting and gassing and stuff was like, just like cowering in one corner. Okay. I just love making that noise. Corbin, Magpie, Jackdaw. You get there. There is a guy wearing Eruvian clothing, but like a uniform, not like dress clothing. Obviously, is like pulling himself up from the ground.
Oh my goodness! There's one still. Oh, should we go help him? We should go help him.
Real quick, so before we came here, Corbin, what was your intentions for us coming here again? To kill him, or?
Yes, to kill him. You distract him.
All right. In that case, Magpie has like opened up his shirt to show like this little clockwork gizmo, and he's going to say in a somewhat robotic voice, "It's like step aside, woman," and he shoves her to the ground as he pulls out her sword cane.
Wait, who do you shove to the ground?
Corbin. I'm trying to do a misdirect, making me the main threat. So if I can just stab this guy, that'd be great. But if I can't, then Corbin.
Why don't you help him up? Help him up first.
I was just going to attack him.
Oh, I have something for this.
You're vicious. Magpie is vicious though, so
yeah, I am vicious.
You can justify that you just go after him because you're feeling vicious.
Yeah. Okay. I am feeling vicious. Also, what faction is super into Sparkcraft or Spark rights or
the university.
Okay. Yeah, we'll say the university then.
Or maybe even the Dimmer sisters.
Oh, I got.
You have an idea?
Swing at him.
You want to wink
at him? Look at me.
That's Magpie's job. He's the one who seduces all the dudes. No.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you wait? So what do you do? Are we attacking?
Okay, I'll take. Do you mind if I take the action just so that
I know you're
recruiting a lot of stress? If you want to help with this.
Yeah, what do you have in mind? Tell me, Master.
You act like that. You kind of go crazy. You kind of go wild on him, and I'll just like try and shield him. But what I want to do is use my concealed pistol. Just shoot him.
Oh. Ooh. So I like shove you aside and I march towards him. Then you rush to defend him. I pretend to attack you, and then essentially you just like secretly shoot him when he's not paying attention.
Yes.
Sounds great to me. This sounds like a group action with the 2 of you.
Synchronized. What?
Magpie, you are leading this.
I am. No. She's shooting him though. So wouldn't she be leading?
Yeah.
You're leading it up, right? So, okay. Well, Corbin, do you want to lead it instead? Whoever has. Remember, you take stress if you're the leader. So the person.
Yes. Do you want me to lead? That's me. No, perfect. I don't have any stress.
Okay. What role do you think this is?
This is skirmish.
Yeah, you're like shoving, you're like shooting and stuff. Great.
Yeah.
Skirmish works.
Defensive
Standard
support.
risky. Standard risky. So both of you. No, it's a skirmish. So it's special. Okay. Roll. Both of you roll skirmish.
Oh.
Can I push myself with this?
Yes, you can.
Can I support her?
No, because you're doing the group action.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Oh, You know what? I am running out
What'd
of
you roll?
I'm running out of room. I'm gonna. How important is this, Corbin? How important?
It's fine. I have enough dice, so don't push yourself if you don't need to.
Okay, then I'm just gonna roll.
You have your power, right, Magpie?
Huh?
You have your power to roll.
I
with-
do, but
that costs
I only
stress.
have 4 stress boxes left, so I can use it once for something
Yeah.
really important.
Okay, what did you roll, Magpie?
I'm rolling right now.
Oh.
Looks like I rolled a 3 and a 2.
Damn.
Okay, and Corbin, what did you roll?
Oh, I
Sorry,
take the-
4, 4, 4, 5. 4, 4, 4, 4,
4, 4, 4, 5. Wow, that's a lot of rolls. Okay, so first,
ignore the last two. Ignore the last two. 4,
So
4,
you
and 5.
2 stress because of Magpie's 2 bad rolls.
That sounds fine.
Well, I take the lowest because I had 0 in that skill. So I rolled a 3 and a 2, and I take the 2.
Oh, okay. So you get one. You take 1 stress. Risky situation. I'm gonna say I don't want the disposition. I'm gonna say you just suffer harm. So in your shooting skirmish, he manages to like the big like melee struggle, and he managed to like kick you in the face at one point, but you do end up shooting him in the throat.
Okay.
And you're gonna take a level 2 harm. Crushed trachea.
Ooh.
Crushed trachea. Yeah, he like kicked you in the
Okay.
throat.
Nice.
Corbin, you okay?
Fine. He's dead. Check him if there's any identification. We can use that later.
Search.
Yep. So House Anixis, he doesn't seem to be like a high-ranking person. He was like a agent.
Agent. Any weapons? Anything useful? A map?
Yeah, he has a couple of weapons. It'll count in your load.
Yeah,
Whatever.
but a map though, or more information.
No, actually, there's not.
Okay.
Would
He
this
was- the
neutralize-
maps were with the people who died.
would this take away some of the clock for or House Nixius? Because there's no one alive.
So who seeks the seekers is not actually House.
Oh no, I mean like as far as like this doesn't get back to House Nixus that we did.
Yeah. So since you killed everyone, they will probably not know that it's you. They'll just be like, "Who is after us? Everyone's after us. Why?"
All right, Corbin. Let's get back to our friends where it's safe and there's no danger.
Leave some church paraphernalia on him.
Magpie takes you
a
and
nun's
disguises
outfit on.
and he finds like a random cross and he throws it on.
Okay, so what's happened? So I zoned out. What was happening with the last 3 of you? You were exercising, right? Okay, so Shrike, you are trying to pull. Now that this ghost has finally tried to take power or control of Jackdaw, you used your spirit hooks to mark it off your inventory to try and draw it out and put it in your spirit bottle. Mark that in your inventory as well. What kind of roll is this?
This is 100% in a tune.
Yeah, you're like.
This is like old hat
realizing-
Shrike. He does this all the time.
Yep.
When he has to pay for his-
This is a desperate situation, so take an experience standard effect.
for the next session. That's gonna be so good.
Yeah. Can I assist with by holding Jackdaw and keeping her
Yeah,
still?
that makes total sense. So you have to take a stress
Yep.
and Shrike, get an extra die.
Okay.
Jackdaw, how do you feel right now?
Feels bad, man. Feels bad.
6, 5, 5, 5, 5.
Boom, boom.
Okay, so 6 at a risky situation is you do it. So describe putting the thing in the bottle.
So he's leaning into the fork. The end of it's like a almost like a tuning fork, and it's holding over the edge of her wrist into the ground, not piercing it, but just holding it down as it sparks all around him, and like the energy's flowing out of like his eyes, and his veins are kind of like writhing beneath his skin as it's slowly, all these little black lines are coming out of Jackdaw's arm, almost like this scene in like Howl's Moving Castle where those black blobs are in the alleyway, but there's like
I love the book much more, but keep going.
forming into this ball in the air. And then in his other hand, as he looks over at Raven, and Raven steps forward and grabs the tuning fork, holding it down still, he moves forward with the bottle and just kind of like it all starts like one dot, then another dot, then they all start flying into the bottle, and he slams it shut.
Okay, so you now have the captured ghost of Lissa, head of the crows.
That should be worth something.
Excuse me. Perfect.
He
So
looks down
that
at
was the situation.
Jackdaw.
You continue. Time passes. You head towards the well.
One second.
Yeah.
He does look out on Jackdaw and says, "I think your arm just malfunctioned. But you got it now, right?"
Is my arm still working, or did it suck like all the energy out of my
No,
arm?
the arm works. Your arm works.
Okay.
But Strike's giving you like a meaningful look. He's like, "I just think you had a malfunction there, but I think you fixed it, right?"
Yeah, it's fixed. Everything's
All right, good.
fine.
I'm glad your arm isn't malfunctioning anymore.
Yeah, me too.
All right.
Sentimental music.
Okay, so you collect yourselves. You start approaching the well, and now is when your spirit sense kicks in, right? Suddenly you realize this well is both a real well. It is also a spirit well. A spirit well is where it like draws a lot of ghosts towards it. And so as you approach it, your senses suddenly kick in because you're close enough now. There's like a vortex of ghosts, some newer, some ancient, some antediluvian. Well, it wouldn't be before the flood, it'd be before the breaking of the sun, but whatever. I don't know enough.
Sundering.
Exactly, anti-sundering. Like vortexing around this well. It's like walking close to it will be deadly because then you'll have to walk through a million ghosts. But yeah, so you can see this. None of the others can see, as in like your guides can't see this. So if you guys just stop moving, they'll just stop moving with you, and they're just like, why did we stop? But Sister Thorn is like, not close, not close. She doesn't want to approach it. Your toothless guy is like, what do you want to do?
So we're supposed to go in the well?
You were told the thing that will help you is there. That's what Shrike breathed in. That's what he learned.
That was me asking Shrike. So we're supposed to go in the well?
Yeah. Or it's in the well. I don't know how far down we have to go. All I was shown was this well, and the thing we need is here. So I can probably clear a path for someone else to go in. I think I would have to be here holding them back while other people went into the well, though.
I'll go.
I have to go as well.
Raven, you bring your fishing pole?
Jackdaw and I can do it.
All right.
I can help.
Ian, this guy, he points at the guy with the big metronome. We can hold it back. I think I can hold it back for long enough for y'all to go down.
So should I be on team A or B then?
I can be up here with Shrike if you want.
Yeah. And Shrike goes, y'all, murder 11. Murder 11.
What? I didn't attend that meeting. What's Murder 11?
And like Shrike kind of looks at the other two people who aren't part of the gang and goes, it's a 1A where you go A and then stay A, kill A if mess with me A.
You speak in such beautiful language, Shrike.
Wow.
Oh,
we
do have
Latin.
Shrike, so is Shrike, I got confused. Is someone staying with you, Shrike?
Yeah, Corbin's staying with Shrike to kind of watch it back.
Perfect.
So Shrike kind of supercharge the power of the railjack to create like a bubble around the base of the well to go in.
Perfect. So Shrike, this is a really difficult task. Yeah. It is a desperate task. And in order to even have as effective all, you're going to have to be helped. So Corbin, you have to help if you want Shrike.
That will be my free help. I brought extra implements with me.
Perfect. Yeah, because you knew you're going into a Deathlands. Of course
Mhm.
you want to bring
Of course, like
Yeah, perfect.
half that bag is like arcane stuff. 'Cause
So-
it's terrifying.
Shrike looks over, everyone's like, I hope this doesn't change anything afterwards. And then like his face and bones start to like contort, and like his teeth that are always kind of sharp start to like fracture and come out of his mouth. And around his eyes, like the veins are now on the surface, and little black feathers are coming off the sides of his ears and his eyes, and he starts to like kind of like his body contorts into this like demony crow raven creature as he like summons like his demon blood to its fullest to the surface,
Nice.
down to like push all his power into this the poor Jax thing that he's
So
doing.
that sounds like you're pushing yourself, Shrike.
Oh yeah, I'm going out on this one.
Okay, so you get
I'm
3
not
bonus.
going. I'm not killing all my stress. I still have stress. I'm just.
Yeah, you're taking 2 bonus dice. 1 from pushing yourself, 1 from helping. And your tune. Go ahead. This is a desperate situation with limited effect.
And I take a devil's bargain.
Normally you cannot take a devil's bargain when you're
Okay.
pushing yourself.
Can I assist?
This is the ending.
You're going inside.
So I'm gonna say, sure, in this case, the last season finale, you can take the devil's bargain, but that will fill who seeks the seekers.
Ooh. Can I assist? But with some.
You're going down, right?
You're going down. So
Okay.
the 3 of you are going
Not
into
as
the
much.
well.
I know, just like some parting
Yeah,
words.
but you're gonna be assisted by 1 person. So
Okay.
All right. So how many dice do I have all together?
if you take the devil's bargain, you will get 3 bonus dice.
All right, I'll do that.
That's a later
Okay.
problem.
So who's
Yeah, that's a problem for next game's
Yeah.
Strike. I have so many dice to roll on this. Yeah, how
That's a
many?
good problem.
Here, if I have multiple 6s or just 1 does it?
Oh, well, multiple sixes means it's a critical. Remember.
Yeah, I have critical on that. then.
Okay, so it's a limited effect. So a critical, I'm gonna say, makes it a standard effect.
Okay.
So this like the ghosts suddenly start are being held back by this thing you're doing, and you can see Shrike is like shaking, and the metronome thing is like violently shaking. Okay.
And Shrike doesn't like, it's kind of like not looking at anyone in the eye anymore. He's kind of like looking down at the ground as he's like concentrating, but also you can I think Jackdaw can tell that he's like slightly embarrassed about what he is right now.
Perfect. So Raven, Magpie, and Jackdaw are at the well, activating the clock. Who has been seeking you? Raven, you'll be so happy to see that there's another vampire there. You love vampires, right? However, Corbin, this vampire looks very familiar. The corpse...
Oh no.
the corpse of the vampire is that of your favorite information broker.
Aww.
Aww.
The vampire is a spirit that binds a corpse.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
and this woman is there, and she was doing something in the well, but she turns to you and she says, "Oh, it's you. I believe you're the one who broke into my house."
Oh shit.
Oh no. Oh no. This is the worst.
I told you they're gonna do something. Last session they did nothing, but that doesn't mean they're doing nothing now. So if with our viewers, this is clearly Irina, the dimmer sister who sent the butler on them, and then all that stuff. And she's like, "What are you doing here?"
Quick question. So my whole paralytic thing, does that work on vampires? Because they're like, this is just me. I don't understand. Like,
Yeah. So I'm gonna say, it will have a limited effect unless you push yourself and like exude much more of it. Because the corpse doesn't really breathe, right? But if you push it, it can't help but go into the body.
Yeah, Jack just walks up and just.
But I would say, Paul, before that, because this is a master full foe, In order to act, each of you who wants to act has to make me a resolve save.
Oh god, I'm bad at those. Okay.
Ooh, I excel at this.
Hey, I got a 5.
Nice. So, Jackdaw, you take 1 stress. And
Oh.
you can act. Magpie,
Sorry, minimize the window. Oh, I got a
you
6.
don't have to roll until you act, actually. So,
Oh, okay.
wait.
It still keep that 6 though.
I'll keep the 6.
Still
Okay,
good.
have the thing. Jackdaw, okay, so describe.
Jackdaw, without a second thought, just walks up and shoves the vampire with her mechanical arm, and the same thing happens where the pieces sort of dislocate and it
Nice.
that thunderous black cloud. And I'm going to push myself.
So, what kind of roll is this?
I think wreck. Would it be?
I don't know. It doesn't. If wreck seems not, wreck would be a. I think wreck would make it even more limited. So I would say because wreck is usually for destroying an object or something, right?
Okay.
So this is like it seems to be like skirmish. Maybe.
Okay.
Or tinker.
You can say you're tinkering with your arm, maybe.
Yeah, or if I just I twist a couple knobs just to amplify it, and then just
Yeah,
shove
let's do that. But you have to
Okay.
take 2 stress to push yourself.
Okay.
And then make a tinker roll without the bonus dice of pushing.
Is it desperate?
It is desperate. So get an experience.
Can I make a flashback to help?
Yes.
Oh, so like in the flashback before we left, it's like I just go to Jackdaw. It's like I know before we left, we're in Deathlands, so I figured you might need a little bit of this. And she holds up a little like vial, and it's concentrated Leviathan blood.
What's the venom called, Jackdaw?
It's Skullfire, so it is based in Leviathan blood.
Yeah.
Awesome. Maybe rather because I vision, concentrated. What if you put like a catalytic agent in there, so when it reacts with air, it
Yeah.
a bit more. I think that would be really cool. Sorry, that's my engineering training again.
Okay.
Okay.
Great. Okay, so Jackdaw, roll for me.
Limited effect or?
It's gonna be standard now that you pushed
Okay.
it.
And then bonus dice 1 from the
Corbin,
Corbin.
who takes 1 stress?
That is highest is a 6.
Okay, so
1
you
6.
do it. You do it. The vampire shrieks and stumbles back. The venom has a different effect on the dead flesh. But so she starts to crawl. Instead of being paralyzed, she starts to crawl away. Okay, so what do you want to deal with her, or do you guys want to? Oh, the fear effect has worn off because whatever. You can check the well or deal with her.
You secure the stone. I will finish her off. And Raven is going to draw his Eruvian dueling scimitar and his Cerusi dagger, and I'm going to go after the vampire. And if I need to, I'm going to.
Okay, so yeah, this is going to be there's an extended fight scene described in 1 action roll. Okay.
Before that happens, when Shrike sees her do the thing, he can't move because he's so concentrating, but he kind of chuckles to himself and goes, "Murder 4."
Okay, Raven, you are beating at this vampire because she's been weakened by the gas. It's not. You don't need potency to defeat her. She's kind of human. Okay.
Okay. I was gonna say I have potency from Ghost Fighter and a fine hand weapon.
Ooh, so you will have great effect.
Yeah. All right. So that, and I'm gonna push myself, which will leave me with 1 stress left.
Okay, go ahead.
And let's see how this goes. All right. Oh yes, that is 2 5s.
2 5s at a desperate action. So first, get an experience.
All right.
Because fighting with a vampire melee is always a desperate action.
So I wanted to fight viciously, which would increase the harm done to both of us. So he's just throwing himself into it. It does more harm to them, but he leaves himself open. And he's.
You would normally get a level 3 harm for this.
I would, or I would inflict 1 on her.
You would because you got a 5, right?
Yeah.
So you can either try and take the level 3, you can either die because you'll get a level 4 harm, or you can resist this and take stress, which means instead of dying, you'll just be stressed out.
So like this is the harm. Like, is it because I'm?
Because you upped it. Normally you'd get a level 3 harm.
Gotcha.
But you upped it because it would kill you.
Mm.
So do you want to die in this adventure or be stressed out and have a terrible fate happen to you in this adventure?
Don't do it, Raven.
Well, I mean, I think like if he kind of just goes out taking out the vampire, that's kind of cool because this is where he would, if he lives, he would just tell the group, "You guys go back. I'm not going back there."
Okay.
Wow.
So describe this is really epic moment. Describe this for me.
So we're down in this well, right? And the vampire's there, and it's sort of like taunting us with, first off, it knows, right? Like, so we can't let this thing escape and maintain our reputation.
It's also one of your arch nemesis.
Right. And so, yeah, he just, he draws his weapons and dashes into the dark after it, and like just heedless of his own safety, of his own, anything. If he takes a wound, he just like lunges even forward, even more into
maybe you bite into your rage essence again.
Exactly. He is definitely going to bite into his rage essence.
Nice. So you all hear this bestial howl, and immediately, Raven, all your scars burst open again, and like blood starts pouring down, but you are in rage mode, and all of you see as Raven. So I'm gonna say, just for dramatic effect, I'm thinking of the amber spyglass right now. I'm gonna say you guys didn't realize, because it's like dark, that the well is on like this cliff. Okay, so you grab onto this vampire, and she howls. Well, he/she, because it's Rorik's body, but it's the dimmer sister. You both howl, and you grab her and bodily leap off this like tower, this cliff, and the last thing everyone hears is you shrieking one word.
Ooh. He is going to shriek. He shrieks the name of his father, who had taught him how to fight ghosts, how to survive in these places. And it's like all he's thought about since he was discharged from the auxiliaries is how much he hates just what a terrible place Dustwell is. And at least in the Deathlands, he had his family and his friends and his horse. And that is what he screams as he jumps off the...
Wow. Okay, so we're going to set this final scene now. So simultaneously, this is happening. One of you is contorted like Raven-like. Shark.
All right, so I'm going to spend we're ending. I'm going to spend my coin on a flashback.
Yeah.
It flashes back to before we're in the laboratory. It's me and Jackdaw, and I'm leaning over with this weird contraption on my eye, inscribing this separate set of jet black spirit vials. And Jackdaw looks at me and goes, "You sure? You don't think we're going to need that, do you?" And you're like, "Better safe than sorry." And I finish inscribing something, and then as I'm contorted down there in my pack, that vial begins to glow, and all these runes go around it, and we see the symbol that was on his hands in the middle of it, as it's like an automatic like homing beacon to suck his ghost back into the...
Okay, so maybe you can find a home for him.
Maybe next, if we ever do this again, we can...
Next season, yeah. So we're gonna set this scene. We're gonna end here, right? So
Magpie's retrieving the artifact.
Raven contorts like transformed demon, like clutching the like sand, holding back this like storm of ghosts. One of you is gripping a vampire and falling down a cliff. Three of you are now in this well, like you've reached the bottom, and at the bottom, what seems to be like the ghost were like getting at or doing something with is 3 pristine raven eggs.
Fuck yes.
Obviously, they're not just raven eggs. They're something, but they're like 3 pristine raven eggs. And as you reach over to one of them, to them, one of them starts like shaking, and cracks. and a little beak comes out, and there's a little baby bird on your palm. And then you all look at each other and you're like, okay, and we're gonna end there.
Yes.
Yay!
Okay.
Yes.
So that was the end of the main arc of our campaign, but some epilogues. Every player gets an epilogue, and then I will epilogue the world a bit. Who wants to start? Raven, you will get to decide what are you dead. Your epilogue can involve like people around you, or you can say you get brought back as a hollow. You get to decide, okay?
I still have an unspent armor point, as if that helps, and maybe like he's just like leaps off, and this is all misty and shrouded. There's ghosts and everything everywhere, and he's got this vampire next to him stabbing, and he's like using her to break his fall as he tumbles down, like arm and nasty. I mean, he's roughed up. He needs help, but Shrike, no ghost ever comes to the thing. So
Yes.
Nice. So Raven's epilogue is him it's like the camera pan that he's two like what you think of as corpses. You're like, oh, so sad. But then Raven's corpse, not actually corpse, starts twitching and starts like climbing up. And I'm gonna say, you hear hoofbeats
nice.
coming towards your body.
Yeah.
And then you hear a voice like, ahoy, what is that? And your epilogue ends. Nice. Okay, who's next?
I'll go. Jackdaw, first of all, loses her arm, or she gets rid of
she
her
gives
arm.
it to Sister Thorn.
She gets rid of it. She does not make a new one. She realizes that she doesn't need the arm. She realizes she built the arm with one hand at some point.
True.
So she realizes the arm wasn't entirely necessary, and it was possibly a bit more trouble than it's worth. So she just sort of ditches it, heals up whatever's left of the fused and the metal, and just keeps tinkering, keeps working. She builds a little laboratory in the roof of the crow's tower and sets up a lightning rod and starts working on different other mechanical things. She builds a hull for Raven. She doesn't know if he's going to come back, but she builds one for him anyways.
That's so sad. She like spends her evenings building a hull for Raven, but Raven is not dead.
Yeah, she doesn't know. And he eventually apologizes to Shrike if he'll accept it.
Nice. So can I say the last camera scene? I love the last camera scene motif thing. Is you tinkering away at this hull, hoping that Raven will find his way back to it.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. And scene there. Okay, who's next?
So Shrike, I think, should go next. So as they were returning, like all the demon features are very slow to go away if they ever will. So he still has like these kind of monstrous, almost like the end of Howl's Moving Castle, like that, where he has the big raveny body and stuff, but not to that monstrous, but like he has the jaw and stuff. And he kind of starts holding himself apart from everybody in the tower more, like he's always often locked into his laboratory and stuff. And almost like he's embarrassed of like the monster that he is now, because he always thought that he could fit in and that he could always, it was a plus, not a negative, that he was demon blooded. But now it's definitely going to be a negative. But you see a scene of like Jackdaw that has like only has is making tea, but she looked down and there's like an empty mug next to on the workbench but she's drinking her tea by herself. But then in that last scene, as she's working on the hull, like this feathered scaled hand reaches out and hands her a wrench.
Nice.
As he reaches back for it, and that kind of ends the scene.
Nice. Oh my god, I love it. Okay. I love it. Okay, Corvid or Magpie?
I can go. So it's a scene where it zooms in on Magpie having a drink at one of the bars in the area. He meets up with what appears to be a high-ranking official in the Church of the Ecstasy of the Flesh. They seem to be chatting about something, and they allude to the fact that he knows that they've been behind a lot of this trouble that they've gone through, either by passing on details or just being a nuisance. And it seems like the church official believes they're untouchable. And then, without warning, Magpie pulls out what appears a dagger from his coat and stabs the official's hand into the bar so they can't move. And he continues drinking as they struggle and says, he gets up to leave and says he'll pick up the tab. And then the scene kind of pans out, and then the official sees that everyone in the bar is staring at him. And it's alluded to that each of them has their own personal grudge or gripe against the church. And it's just Magpie whistling to himself, suit onto his shoulder as he exits the bar, closes the door behind him, and just leaves back to the tower.
Nice.
Magpie has become so brutal.
Magpie's beautiful.
Trauma forever. You keep your trauma forever.
Yeah.
I love it.
Corbin.
Words
All right.
can hurt.
So it's the bedroom of Argus, the master architect, and Corbin's lover, as she gets ready to go to bed. Oh, thank you, dear, for the wonderful evening. But I didn't want to interrupt last night with talk of work. But I see that the Dimmer sisters are on the word out, and I think it's about time that you tell your architect friends that we should take their place.
Nice.
My love.
Nice. Okay, so world epilogue. Having secured all like this valuable arcane artifact, which we're gonna leave in mystery what it actually did. You guys, the team name, Unkindness.
Unkindness.
And kindness.
The Unkindness becomes the dominant gang in Crow's Foot. What used to be that the Unkindness kind of served the Red Sashes has flipped. The Unkindness is now the dominant gang. The Dimmer sisters, after their second sister is destroyed, it's not hard for you to like. I'm gonna say instead of destroying them, you kind of absorb them, and they now work for you, and they have to work for you, or you will kill them. And you become because your reputation always strange, right? And so you slightly shift from just stealing things to also becoming like, because the Dimmer sisters traded in arcane stuff, right? So that becomes kind of your like purview. That's happened over a couple of months, right? And I'm gonna say two last scenes. First, Raven is wearing this like translucent hide thing, and he is on horseback, and all these other horse people are around him, and they're like, "Are you sure you want to go back to Duskwall?" And Raven like looks at them, and then we cut scene there, so we don't see his final response. And then the final scene, because Duskwall is never a not cruel place, is what was the rival nun's name, Jackdaw?
Oh, give me a moment. I put away my character sheet. Hold on. Roll 20, please. It was Melista.
So Sister Melista, Superior Melista, is on the run because Magpie's actions have managed to disrupt her scheme. She has been excommunicated from the church. But she's like hiding in this basement somewhere in one of the poor districts, and she has this mad gleam in her eyes, and she says, I will ascend. And she opens up a little pouch, and it's not the whole fragment. It's a fragment of the fragment. Okay, it has like one root on it. She takes it, she swallows it, and then she opens her eyes, and her eyes are made of blue fire. And then the scene ends.
Hey.
Yeah.
Because in this adventure you chose not to target the church. The church still does other things. So that is the end of Corvids Kiss by Lamplight. Jim, do you want the players? You guys were amazing to play with and plan with and scheme with. It was super fun. It was the first time I'm DMing anything on Twitch. I've never DM'd on Twitch before, so that was super fun. I hope I was decent. It was awesome. So thank you so much. Thank you to our lovely viewers. You guys are amazing. Jim.
Yeah. So, great game. I love a good, just intense, short game, and love Blades in the Dark and playing with you guys. Mac, I know you have to get out of here, so why don't you start us off? Anything cool you're up to, what you're doing, and where we can find you online.
Yeah, so the reason why I have to leave is because in approximately half an hour, I have to go to the airport and fly out to Gen Con.
Yay!
Committed to the end, okay. Yeah, so I'm Mackenzie, or I'm Mac, or Mackenzie, or Mackenzie Lane DA on Twitter. I am a TTRPG streamer and writer. Very recently, I published a D&D 5e module titled I've Been, which examines our relationship with mental health, including the difficulty of vocalizing its reality, the importance of help and community, and the often nonlinear path of progress. It means a lot to me, as is a tribute to my own mental health journey, and it is a super fun project that I'm really proud of, and it's up on my Twitter if you go look. And yeah, I'm going to be at Gen Con, so if you are also going to be at Gen Con, I'll be there tomorrow. I'm going to be wearing these. Keep an eye out for that. I'm on a panel, but it's sold out, so I don't know if I can plug it anymore. Okay, thank you. I can stick around. I think, to see everyone else's ending. So, we good. Yo.
Awesome. And Jordan, how are you doing?
Super fun. I'm glad that we got to go full spooky almost every session. So my name is Jordan Shively. I on Twitter at Hottest Singles, the Dread Singles account. I write for games like Spire, Emberwin, among others. I also write fiction and do t-shirts at jordanshively.com and voidmerch.net. You can also write some porn on the old Patreon.
Cool. There you go. And Yutsai.
Hi, I'm Yutsai. I play games and sometimes people watch them. Though this experience, among others, is making me think that I should give this streaming thing more of a shot, some more time. So I have some ideas brewing, and I might ask some of these fine folks for some pointers in the future. But yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Saisu. Otherwise, you might just see me pop up somewhere.
Excellent. And Shauna.
Hey, had a wonderful time. Thanks for having me. I love Blades in the Dark, so yeah. I'm playing Cirrus on Twitter, where I have art and pins with all the games I play. And coming up in August, I'm gonna go back to playing the Wholesome Witch Girls campaign on Little Red Dots channel, and hopefully at some point it'll be announced Burning Wheel at some point.
Cool. Excellent. Sharon.
And so thanks again, everyone. I forgot to make the plug, but remember, we as the players are being supported by Grant's Patreon. I forgot because Grant isn't here today. So check out Grant's Patreon. He uses all his funding to pay people who play games that he produces and things. So please do support that if you can. It's really helpful for us independent artists. Like I know Jordan and I are both independent artists, right? And I'm Sharang Biswas. You can find me on Twitter at Sharang Biswas. I am an artist, writer, and game designer in New York City. I just today, while we were playing, won my 3rd game design award. It is the 2nd most innovative IGDN award I have won in a row. So that's kind of epic. I had to tamp down my emotions because I was running a Blades in the Dark game. But I'm really excited. I just won. Check out the game. It's called Vergier. It is pinned to my Twitter account. Play it. It is a horror solo game about making salad and witchcraft. I'm actually really excited because I won twice in a row. And yeah, but thank you all viewers. You were amazing. I would rewatch all the videos and read everyone's comments because I'm narcissistic that way. So thank you for commenting. Thank you for supporting. Because of you, we got paid. Thank you for watching. The game is Blades in the Dark. This is the deluxe edition. The cover is different. By John Harper. Check out the game. It's really good. There are a lot. The system is called Forged in the Dark. There are a lot of new games coming out with that system. Check it out. Support all these fine folks. Buy our stuff, especially porn from Jordan or games from me. Thank you to the person who I only know as Intern Monkey today, who is helping us, instead of Grant. Huge thank you to Grant Ellis, who organized this with me. He's like, Sharon, let's have you on this. He made our intro video. He brought all the people together. He set up the Patreon. He just produced this entire thing, and he cannot be here today because he is right now hopefully watching me win my award. But a huge thank you to Grant. He is amazing. He does a lot for the community and has for a while. Thank you, everyone. You are amazing. I gotta take this hat off finally.
Excellent. Yes. Yeah. I mean, how am I going to follow that up? That's what a wonderful acceptance speech. The Academy sends its regards. Everybody, we are back tomorrow night where we're playing some 5th edition Gonzo post-apocalyptic fantasy business, whatever, somewhere. I think they might be dealing with a bunch of like Kraken spawn or something like that. So come check us out then, and back next week with our usual Tuesday, Thursday lineup. I don't know. We got to do something else on Wednesday nights now. We got a free night. So everybody have a great midweek, and whatever it is you got going on, hope it works out. See you later.
Thank you.